been looking for a place to make me be complete. I've been looking all alone out there for anything to make me feel alive. Bring me back to life.
Guys, I've got cities that just leave in the back of my head again. Right. Wait. My mic is off my stream. I probably roll high veto right now. Alright, high video is rolling.
0 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Playing hard for it. Oh my goodness! What is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through. He's gonna put it in back to back. Backward, can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
This serious? Hold on. Surely this kid. Oh my lord!
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, open thing on the goal line. He did not win nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League as we are here back under the lights of Saturday Night Rocket League. I'm Rocket Man back in the booth, joined by the one and only Ventus here. Ventus, we got a huge matchup here tonight in the Titan League. We have Pinnacle taking on Inferno.
Yeah, I think that, Pinnacle didn't have the best showing when they played Spartans earlier, so I'm obviously thinking that they are going to come out super aggressive in this series. I know Kratos has been livid. He's been wanting to kind of make his statement once again, just reaffirming himself as that best player in Titan League. And overall, I just think that this matchup, one, it's do or die, right? The winner goes into the playoffs, loser goes home. It's such an important game. But then you need that momentum to build in this series to go up and play the 1 seed next week, which may or may not be yours truly.
I mean, yeah, we want to make sure we take down that Ventus guy, whoever it is. We got to take that guy out of the equation at all costs. So I agree. We want to make sure we're locked and loaded for this matchup here. Two playing teams that are, roaring and ready to go here, so I'm excited to see. And if we could, Cream, if you have the brackets for us, if we could throw those brackets up on screen, take a look at the Titan League Ventus. I mean, it was an interesting 2 play-in matches. I know we got to see both of those play-in matches earlier on, and I mean both of them, the 7-8 and the 9-10 were both really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Spartans definitely kind of separated themselves. Sorry, I'm trying to get them. Apparently, the lobby info wasn't sent to T-Man, so I'm getting him in my party so he can join this. So, momentary lapse of judgment. But yeah, I mean, Inferno coming out, playing really dominantly against Venganza. I'm really thinking that they're going to build off of this, especially since G was actually able to make this game. I know there's a lot of issues with him may or may not actually being able to, but they do have their number 1 guy for this game. And I mean, that's a super important thing. Obviously, Pinnacle is actually going to be missing Thigh Chad for this series as well. So Lush going to step back into the starting lineup once again. Kind of been in and out across this entire season, but obviously both these teams combining to fight for that last playoff spot. I mean, I think that all of these Titan matchups are going to be really good, but I think that whatever team can really build momentum in this fight has a good chance. Not that I'm trying to discredit my Grandmasters, but I mean, I think play-ins is a really good way to kind of finalize and refine your gameplay before having to actually go into playoffs. You see a lot of these Titan teams don't scrim, don't play against each other. So when you're actually able to play multiple competitive series with your team, you're kind of getting a leg up on these other teams.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you get that play postseason experience a little bit, kind of get the juices flowing. Like you said, a lot of times we see these play-in tournament teams, get hot at the right time at the end of the season and make a run all the way into the playoffs. And I know sometimes being that 1 and 2 seed, it's a little scary out there to have to face a play-in team that's coming in hot here. So we'll have to see how it goes tonight if one of these 2 teams are going to be able to come in hot here in this one. But it looks like we got everyone just about ready in the lobby, ready to go. Fuentes. So I got to ask you here, what is your prediction? Who do you got in this matchup? Who's going to take this one?
You know, it's really tough, right? I think that I've been discrediting Inferno and T-Man for way too long. I think that every time I root against him, he seems to be able to take the victory. So I don't want to root for Inferno and then have them lose, but I think that I have to go Inferno. I think that they're a more complete team. I think that they have less holes. We saw Pinnacle really struggling to really break through the Spartans' defense because of how well they were playing as a unit. And I think that we're going to see kind of a similar thing. I think that Pinnacle will still get some more offensive tries than the Spartans were allowing in their series. But I still think we're going to see Inferno come out, play some amazing defense that we saw against Venganza, and shut down this Pinnacle offense. I think that's going to be really the name of the game, whether or not Inferno will be able to shut and play lockdown defense, or if Pinnacle will kind of evolve and be able to kind of morph their offense to something better than it has been.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. Is this a big opportunity for Pinnacle? And they are going to strike, and a little bit awkward on the defense for Inferno, and Pinnacle is going to make them pay.
Yeah, and it kind of all stemmed from T-Man there in the beginning. He cut off his teammate in the midfield. There was a double commit. It wasn't a great touch. Both teammates then go for Inferno, kind of commits this really awkward setup where then you have to kind of make crazy saves back to back to back. And even though they were able to make 2 in a row, they weren't able to make that third and final one. And Pinnacle are able to put that one in the back of the net, and they do not struggle at all when they constantly have pressure. But it's when they when they have to be pristine on defense, that's when Pinnacle really struggles, as we see a little bit of a misplay there. Kratos just kind of dunked out of his 50, and then Cynical just having to get any kind of touch off the backboard. The follow-up from G comes through. Inferno already able to equalize, and it's, you know, Pinnacle really need to brush up on their defense. Their defense needs to be clean and concise for them to be able to have these long-mounted offensive pushes. They can't just be stuck into their half and not be able to get back out and break out. They need to be able to kind of transition back and forth. They need to be able to utilize the midfield to their advantage, and when they aren't able to do that, that's when you see that stagnant offense.
Pinnacle looking for some offense right here as Kratos is taking it over the top, trying to hit it down, but T-Man with some good backboard defense there, able to keep it away. But this game early on tied at 1 apiece. Is that one a little bit awkward on the backboard? T-Man gonna have to 50 that one, as another 50 is gonna come through, this time from Kratos. This one heading up to the ceiling. Cynical trying to drop this one down. Ball floats in the midfield. T-Man gonna take it over the top of one, racing back. T-Man trying to find something here. L's gonna look for that bump there, but Kratos is able to dodge it and get it out of the way, as Pinnacle gonna escape out of their half for now, but G able to send it right back in as Lucian finds a touch, trying to send it back down, drops this one. Els, he's gonna find a connection there, as this one pinched a long way. Els now taking a dribble. G's looking for the bump there, but can't quite get it through. T-Man gonna slow it down, gonna try to flick this one. A great flick towards the net, and Els is gonna find the follow, and Inferno gonna find a second.
I mean, the Pinnacle defense just does not seem very cohesive. You see so many double commits coming out. You see so many over commits as well. I mean, especially when they're rotating back, they're low on boost. That's the most crucial time where you can't have these double commits happen. And when they do, obviously, it leads to so many goal-scoring opportunities for this Inferno squad. I mean, it's kind of what I was looking at earlier, but as I said, it almost didn't matter because Pinnacle almost were able to get a goal. I just think that Pinnacle need to find a way to have clean defense and have a transition. I think they need to look for more outlet passes. They need to play more as a team. And I think that's going to be difficult because I think that what's worked for them this entire time has been Kratos kind of solo playing. And it looks like my game just crashed, so I'll throw it back over to you.
Yeah, and it looks like right now Pinnacle, they're trying to get some more of that attack, trying to see if they can find some passing plays, but Els is going to clear that one down. Cynical going to take this one across the pitch, going to push this one back towards the other way. This one is going towards the own net of Inferno there, but T-Man is going to be able to clear that one away. A little bit of a dangerous ball on that one, as time is ticking here in this one. About 1 minute 45 seconds remaining for Pinnacle to try to equalize. This one a demo gonna come through from Kratos. Cynical now passing it down to Luge, looking for the shot there, but just enough from T-Man to block that one away, as now we're sending this one back in the midfield. Ball gonna pop up. Cynical looking to take it down in the midfield. Finds a big demo, but they can't quite find it through there. A tough one on that one as they are unable to break through. And Inferno gonna stand strong, but Cynical gonna dunk this one back in. Gonna fake it out. Gonna leave it for Kratos. Looking for the shot, and he perfectly places it in the top right. G cannot quite make the save.
Yeah, I mean, just a great shot there from Kratos. You're really your main goal and shot taker. I mean, I think he averaged about 5 shots per game and 1.6 goals per game. So very great stats from a shooting wise. He's getting a lot of pressure. He's getting a lot of goal scoring opportunities, and he's converting on a lot of those as we see another flip reset almost going into the back of the net. And it's never really been about Kratos and his gameplay individually. It's about, one, how can he incorporate his other 2 teammates to elevate them as a team? And then 2, how can Cynical and Lush play off of each other and off of Kratos so that they're able to follow up for him or open and give him more space? That's really been what makes or breaks this Pinnacle roster, because we've seen a lot of the times where Kratos will just be able to solo carry the entire series, but against these better teams, against these tougher opponents, you know, you need to change some stuff up, and that's a great follow-up there, a great pass as well from Kratos, something where I'm not too sure that I see too often coming out from Kratos, but something that is really good and is very threatening is when he's able to offload the ball to a teammate and they're able to take a free shot.
Yeah, and Kratos, yeah, you'd actually be surprised, man, just with the season this guy is having in Titan League. He actually, not only does he lead the Titan League in goals per game, but he actually leads in assists per game with 1.04. So we may know him as the insane solo player, but this one, hang tight a sec, is L's with only 24 seconds remaining, gonna capitalize off a demo.
Yeah, it's a big fake as well on Kratos in the midfield. Completely baits him out, gets him to completely miss. The demo comes through on the third man, open net. Inferno are able to tie it up once again. I mean, back and forth, we see great offensive plays, good counterattacks as well from Inferno. But, I mean, just overall great pressure, good presence from both these teams. It's very even for the across all metrics. I mean, we're talking about 1 shot difference, 1 save difference, and we're tied in score. So very close game from both of these teams, and I mean, that's what you want to see out of this last play-in match.
This one's dropping down. It's actually going to stay up there. Pinnacle going to push it down a little bit, but we are going to hit the ground here. We are going to head to overtime here in game number 1. Reminder, winner of this matchup is going to become the A seed and making in that last playoff spot, and the loser is going to be headed home for the season, eliminated from contention as Pinnacle is trying to fire that one in. G is going to find that touch. Cynical going to try to keep it around in the Inferno end. Is this one now, Lucian looking to try to find a bump on L's. T-Man taking control off the ceiling and gonna push it out 1, but only gonna find a bump on the second, but he is gonna land on a player there. Cynical looking to take control, gonna get it by 1, gonna just kind of get it around 2, but it's still gonna stay in control of Inferno for a moment. As Lucian now leaving it for Kratos off the backboard. Opportunity for a big shot. A slow one comes out from Cynical, trying to hit him with the changeup, but Inferno in that defense is gonna hold on here and survive that first attack here as G is trying to cut that one off. Cynical looking to take this one out, gonna push it down the field, but right back into the hands of L's and Inferno. And about a minute gone by here, Ventus, in this overtime. Both these teams looking for a big first goal, trying to get this first game under their wraps.
Yeah, and you don't see many overcommits from either side. We have not really seen much in the way of having to necessarily play defense. A lot of it's being caught in the midfield. We see an early challenge there just to relieve some of the pressure to give a free ball in the backboard. So not anything too threatening from either side. You're kind of just waiting, playing the game, waiting for the overcommit, waiting for the mistake, and that might be it. But you know, you can't read that one all the time. And I mean, a lot of these times these teams are such low boost as well, just holding the midfield line and cutting in rotation, that you see a lot of these mistakes. But a minute and 40 in, and we have not seen many mistakes coming out from either side. I say that as Crate might have an open net. He's not going to be able to find that one. It's like the post off. That ball is still floating, and that is absolutely devastating, as it looked like Kratos had a completely open net that he just couldn't put away.
Yeah, he's trying to speed that one in, but the net was open, and unfortunately for Pinnacle, they're not able to lock that one down. And Inferno is going to survive here. Kratos now trying to turn this one back around here as Cynical pops it out to Lucian for the shot. He's going to throw it off the post, though. It's not quite going to find its way down and in. Pinnacle still looking to keep on this attack right here as they are up to now 18 shots in this game. Trying to see if they can find another one to close it out. Cynical sending it out to Kratos, trying to find something, shoot this one towards the backboard with T-Man. Good backboard defense there. Gonna take that one to Cynical and Kratos. Gonna collide into each other there. Lucian gonna help him out for a moment, but L's sending it a long way. T-Man with the redirect towards the net. It's just a little bit off. Cynical gonna take control. It's just G there who's gonna dive in. L's is waiting there, trying to finesse that one in. Kratos gotta make a touch there. He does, but T-Man is coming in for the shot, and he's gonna put it in, and Inferno are gonna walk away with a Game 1 victory.
Yeah, and even though Pinnacle definitely took a hold of that shot total, it didn't seem like it was enough as Inferno were able to hold on, maybe off of that mistake from Kratos where he wasn't able to sink that open net in. And man, I mean, 3-minute OT, back and forth, insane saves, insane shots. I mean, unfortunately, T-Man was just able to get the best. You're not really expecting the follow through of the third man to commit so early. You know, it kind of throws the defenders off, especially when they're low boost trying to take a low 50. And yeah, it's going to kind of work in their favor this time. They're able to take Game 1 and amazingly take the lead in this series. You know, I talk about how the first game of the series is the most important for the long run. You have so much more leeway, you have so much more flexibility and versatility that you have with taking the game number 1, and so it's massive victory for Inferno because not only are they going up against a 7 seed, but they were able to take it in a very close fashion.
Yeah, it was a very close game, and Pinnacle, Ventus starting to get a little flashbacks to their earlier play-in series where it was such a close game. They had a lot of shots, but the defense, and they couldn't quite finish it here. And now into game number 2, you have to wonder about the mental of Pinnacle here and how they can bounce back.
Yeah, and I mean that's another thing about Pinnacle. You have this amazing player in Crate, but he has been known to lose his cool. He has been known to let the mental affect him. I don't think that this series is one of those in particular. I mean, we've yet to see maybe if T-Man starts throwing out the Scarab and the Proteus and all his other forms of his cars, you might see something different. But, I mean, I think that Pinnacle right now, I think Cynical is really the main guy to keep their mental intact. And I think that he's the guy to look at as he almost is able to put that one home just off the post once again. And unfortunately, it seems to be Pinnacle's kryptonite here as a 4th man for this Inferno roster is playing defense perfectly.
Yeah, no, that post is holding things down over there. Pinnacle just can't quite seem to get it through the bars there and down in the middle. And Inferno now, they're going to be the ones on the attack for a moment, but Cynical out to Kratos. Kratos going to try to take this one. Cynical is hunting down L's in the net. L's going in and out. Kratos put it towards the net, and T-Man is going to get back some great defense again from this Inferno squad, trying to hold things down there on the defensive end, but Cynical going to win this one first. L's off the backboard, going to find a touch, pushing that one out, but not a lot of boost. T-Man can actually send it back to his own backboard for a moment. L's with a great touch in the midfield, able to keep this offensive possession going, as now he's looking to find a 50. Kratos gonna get it out momentarily. T-Man gonna fake him out there as Cynical now gonna take control of the ball, gonna get it by 1, but a 50 comes across there. Lucian is gonna make that touch as T-Man is gonna be the one jumping to this one. G in the midfield there, gonna beat out Kratos. Opportunity here, a pass right in the midfield, looking for L's there, but he can't quite find that one on target. A big opportunity there again for Inferno, really finding each other here in this one, not double committing. That's something we talked about Ventus in their play-in match, at the end of the regular season, in their play-in match from Wednesday, is that when Inferno is playing their matches here, they just got to avoid these double commits, and they can be right up there with the best of the best. Yeah,
and I mean, when they are in this section where they're panicking and double committing and not trusting each other, as you see a great pass there from G, but the trust was not necessarily there. You didn't want to overcommit, and when you're out of sync like that, it might not help you too much. And I mean, that was a great bump there, trying to get another goal for this Inferno squad. But I mean, Inferno, you really just got to stay on the same page. You really got to not succumb to the pressure of Pinnacle. Pinnacle, you talked about how they had 18 shots last game alone. So just being able to trust each other and not falter when you have somebody call you off or call the ball, and really just play off of that, play for the future touches. And really just be there for each other. You know, that's all the difference, especially in this best of 5. You know, you don't have that whole 7, and G absolutely dunks. I don't even know who that was. I believe that was Cynical in the midfield for an open. Oh, it was Lush. I mean, absolutely diabolical pre-jump, but Inferno gonna net a goal off of that one, completely throwing off Kratos as that last man back, and Inferno able to take a 1-goal lead once again in this series.
And that's a huge dunk right there to give him the lead, and Inferno rocking with this momentum. Even though they come into this play-ins as the 10 seed, they're rocking up here with a win on Wednesday and trying to find another win to push themselves into the playoffs here. As this one now sent back, and Kratos, a big miss there. T-Man has got a wide open net, and he's gonna put it in, and that one, uncharacteristic mistake.
Yeah, I mean, that might affect the mental a little bit more that we talked about earlier of making a mistake like that and allowing a free goal for Inferno. You do not want to let them get rolling. You know, Pinnacle has struggled seemingly in the playoffs to mount a lot of offense. It seems like the defense has gotten the better of them from these teams, and it seems like, you know, they're really looking for something. They're trying to play aggressive. They're playing very far up and allowing these, you know, counterattacks to occur because they have not been able to net any goals from their offense. You know, we've seen them time and time again pushing into the field, getting a good shot or taking a shot, not necessarily the best, but hasn't worked out for them, and then they leave their backline open because they're pushed up so far, trying to get more and more pressure. His teammate missing an open-ish net is, I mean, Lush was there, but I think that is definitely a possibility of him scoring that one. Inferno just seemingly, their defense is holding strong. They're waiting for the counterattacks, and they're playing into this Pinnacle team the best way they can, and they're playing to Pinnacle's weakness. You know, they're really struggling with the ability of this Inferno squad, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come back from it.
To see as Kratos is trying to take a quick shot on net there, but G is going to block that one away. And yeah, I think you're exactly right. They're playing into their opponent here, and, you know, scouted them out here and have a good strategy thus far. And with 45 seconds remaining, Pinnacle needs to find 2. Otherwise, they're going to have to look to try to reverse sweep here. As Kratos now taking this one up, looking to send it down, trying to get out to Lucian, but not quite able to find the touch he was looking for. As this one off the sidewall, a little bit of a double commit comes through as Pinnacle is trying to put on that aggression. 30 seconds now in this one here as L's gonna send this one out to T-Man, looking for the shot towards end. He's gonna bang it in, and Pinnacle is not able to get back in time, and Inferno up 3-0.
Once again, it's just the counterattacks. You know, they're able to make the save, they're able to maintain possession. They caught the Kratos going all the way back to the corner for boost, getting refueling, and then playing very aggressively on that sidewall. They tap it around him. The 2 men from Pinnacle haven't really rotated back yet. One of them is zeroed, one of them still getting boost, and Inferno just capitalizing greatly on the mistakes in rotation because they have not been able to net any goals. They're playing so strained on offense, trying to get any opportunity, that they're leaving their defense completely wide open for counterattacks.
Yeah, the counterattacks have been deadly here, and now as game 2 comes to its conclusion here, Pinnacle is going to find themselves down 2-0. Inferno, this 10 seed, trying to advance to the playoffs, and they can do so with one more win. And again, a big performance from them in that last game. L's coming out with 3 assists and 3 saves to lead the way at the top of the team. No goals to his name, but he did everything else they needed to do. And, you know, Ventus, again, we've really seen this Inferno team just clicking on all cylinders. And, you know, now as we look to this game number 3, you know, all eyes are on Pinnacle. How do you battle back here and try to make a dent, you know, in this deficit? How do you come through and win game 3?
Yeah, I mean, you see Inferno a lot of the time are just stacking the net. They're playing one on the backboard, one back post, one front post. They're playing very close together on defense. Utilize all of the space that they're giving to you in Pinnacle. You know, use it to your advantage. Play possession much more. They're trying to bang it on the backboard, bang it off the sidewalls and corners and stuff, and allowing them to just kind of get back into it and get to the ball. You don't really have to worry about it when you're just able to read the bounce. If they're going for infield passes, if they're holding possession, looking for the flick, baiting the players out, forcing them into these tough spots where they have to commit or have to double commit, You really need to lure them out of the net. Otherwise, they're just going to keep staying where they are. They haven't really been able to get many demos on them either, which is another thing that I have seen a lot from Pinnacle that usually helps relieve some of that tension. And overall, it's really just how do you lure out the members of Inferno out, get them uncomfortable, get them to double commit, and don't double commit and overcommit yourselves.
Yeah, we'll see if they can force some double commits and find something here as this ball is floating towards the net. T-Man with the touch, able to get it away. Another opportunity there, but not going to find its way through as Inferno couldn't survive that one. And Pinnacle again, gonna have to try to look for something. And you know, when you're in this game 3, this reverse sweep mentality here, you got to try to see if you can find that first goal. And like you mentioned, make Inferno uncomfortable, put him in a tough position here, and try to battle back. As Cynical, he's got a net to shoot at, but G is going to get back just in time. Cynical trying to drop it down, looking for a teammate there in Kratos, but can't quite find it as this one is pushed out. But L's going to find that booming clear as Pinnacle is trying to keep that offense going. Lucian going to get it over the top of one, but T-Man is there. Cynical going to grab control of this one for a moment. T-Man trying to get in the way as Kratos taking this one up the wall, but G is going to collect it. He's going to push it down. Cynical is there, has an opportunity to get it out, but T-Man is right there in the midfield, and Inferno really controlling that midfield as G taking this one to the backboard. Going to find a big 50 there. It's going to head back out towards the midfield. Cynical now dropping this one down. Lucian can't quite make that touch. T-Man going to take control up the sidewall here. Going to pop it up high, looking for something else. G is trying to sneak underneath the Kratos. He was ready for it though, but creative play there as about a minute and a half gone by. Inferno still trying to keep that offense going. Ventus and Pinnacle trying to find a way to not let one go in the net, but a double commit comes through. Fortunately for them, it's not going to find the back of the net yet.
Man, this Inferno squad playing a little bit differently from the last 2 games that we've seen. We've seen a lot of, they're holding a very high midfield press. They're keeping the mid boost from this Pinnacle roster, not even allowing them to break out. They're waiting for one member to challenge from Pinnacle just to play it around them, forcing them out of net, which I talked about how I want Pinnacle to do to Inferno. They're just taking the words and applying them to themselves. It's working perfectly against this roster, and gee, a perfect shot there. Pre-flip, gets the backboard read on the double, puts that one in the back of the net. I mean, it seems like Inferno is just listening to what I'm saying, putting it perfectly into practice. Their defense is impeccable. Their offense is seemingly evolving as we see. And, I mean, this is a very dangerous Inferno squad. They seem to be firing on all cylinders. Their defense seems to be very well. They're cutting perfectly in the midfield to get crucial beats, and keeping so much presence and keeping all the pressures. We see another fake trying to come out from T-Man, and I mean, I don't even know what Pinnacle can do at this point. They're just stuck in their own half. They don't even have the ability to shoot on net, it seems like, as they're just being suffocated.
Yeah, it seems like they're being suffocated in pretty much all facets here, and anytime they do get a chance, it's shut down pretty quickly as Kratos is trying to get some speed. L's with not a lot of boost. Cynical gonna find that touch, but not quite where he wanted, as now Kratos is coming back for this one. A demo, and Kratos is gonna find the open net. A little bit of an overcommit, and Kratos ties this game up.
Yeah, and you see G trying to get a pop to that backboard, allow T-Man to get that mid boost, but it's taken away. All members of that Inferno roster were full 0 boost. The high press ended up not netting any results, and it seems that one breakthrough caused a lot of chaos, and the cut in the midfield was able to just absolutely disrupt them. And you know, that's exactly what happens when Inferno played like that. They left a couple holes open. They were capitalized on perfectly by Pinnacle, but it might be the other way around here, as it looked like Kratos kind of committed early and allowed Inferno once again to have a free shot on their net. I mean, Pinnacle, I think that they're not forcing as many possessions on offense and forcing that many shots, but they're also not getting nearly as many offensive opportunities, and when they do, they can't even seem to get past the midfield line. So it was really good that they were able to capitalize on that big mistake from Inferno, and I mean, they really just have to hope that Inferno continues to make those kinds of mistakes, because if they do stuff like that and just catch them out of rotation, they're going to be able to just absolutely put Pinnacle away and sweep them in the series.
Yeah, and it looked like trying to look for a pass in the midfield off that corner, and Lucian, not enough boost, not in the right spot in the midfield, and a little bit of miscommunication, and Inferno is going to capitalize. And now You start to feel the pressure if you're Pinnacle here, as this is your season on the line. If you do not win this game, if you do not find a goal in the last minute and 5 seconds here, then you're going to be done for the season, and Inferno will be the ones moving on, as now maybe a momentary 2-on-1. Lucian is trying to get in the way. Kratos with a big dunk there, but G is going to help him out on that backside rotation there, able to cut it back. But Pinnacle trying to turn it around, trying to ramp up this offense. We saw what they could do in game number 1, those 18 shots, but can they perform the same way here in the final seconds as double commit comes through? Kratos is trying to get it out. He's going to hit it down. Cynical is not going to be able to touch that one, as Lucian going to take control. Not a lot of boosts. Inferno is just suffocating here. Cynical barely going to get a touch away to the side now. As Pinnacle trying to get out, as this one is sent to his own net. A dangerous ball there, a mistouch, forces a double commit here. Kratos is going to drop it down. Cynical is trying to come in. The ball drops in the midfield, but not quite ready for the follow-up. Pinnacle had an opportunity, but couldn't quite put it through, and now last hopes here. Final 10 seconds. Can they make something happen here? Inferno racing back on defense, trying to control. Big miss on the wall there. Double quick comes through. The ball's floating. T-Man is going to find a touch there, as this one is going to stay up high. Inferno just has to hit it to the ground, and they will. They come through with the upset here as the 10 seed, making their way through the play-in tournament, and they are heading to the playoffs.
Inferno were giving me so many heart attacks in that last 30 seconds of gameplay. They made a lot of mistakes, but Pinnacle were not able to capitalize. We saw a miss from G. We saw almost an own goal from Inferno. I mean, Pinnacle weren't able to take a single game. They completely get swept out of play-ins. I mean, Crate got shut down at every turn, it seems like. I mean, this Inferno roster is the real deal. I mean, I predicted this, right? Like, I mean, not to brag. I mean, not that I'm like that. But I mean, I predicted Inferno would come out on top. Inferno looked like a much stronger team, and that was the real difference. It seemed like Pinnacle, once again, was just very much 3 individual players who weren't in sync in their rotations, weren't in sync with how they wanted to approach their offense and approach their defense. And Inferno were very much on the same page. They were cutting for each other. They were challenging for each other, forcing, and overall just able to be a much better cohesive unit. They were passing in the midfield. They were passing to outlets to get the transitions and counterattacks. And so Inferno just played a much better team game than Pinnacle did.
Yeah, no, they really did. And, they looked like a complete roster there. And a 3-0 sweep comes through for Inferno. So they are going to move on to the playoffs, going to take on Ventus and the Grandmasters. So we'll be looking forward to that matchup in the coming week when playoffs begin. But again, congratulations for this one here to this Inferno squad. Going to be moving on to the playoffs. But we are going to head to a short break, but the play-in tournament is not done yet. We got more win or go home action, as coming up next, we have Flame taking on Motion, another 7-10 matchup coming your way. So we'll have to see if the 10 seeds can keep it going, if Motion can make that run, or Flame can stop them in their tracks here. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we're going to come back in a few minutes with that matchup in the Challenge League play-in tournament, Flame versus Motion. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in a few.
Go wandering eyes, no, I seem to follow. Can
I might loosen my tie. I feel like John Travolta when I hold you tonight. It's 2009, the time of our lives. You're out the window hanging, I got that Whitney playing. I wanna dance with somebody, somebody. We're moving in the moonlight, we're grooving like it's prom night. And they're playing Billie Jean, she said to me, I'm pushing 25, but I feel like I'm out on a school night. I don't wanna hit that 9 to 5, I just wanna dance with you tonight. Yeah. We might meet the sunrise. You feel like Donna Summer when I love you tonight. Could we just rewind the time of our lives? You're out the window hanging, I got that Whitney playing. I wanna dance with somebody, somebody. We're moving in the moonlight, we're grooving like it's prom night. And they're playing Billie Jean, she said to me, I'm pushing 25, but I feel like I'm out on a school night. I don't wanna hit that 9 to 5, I just wanna dance with you tonight. And boy, you know I'm pushing 25, but I feel like I'm out on a school night. I don't wanna hit that 9 to 5, I just wanna dance with you tonight. Dancing queen is spinning. Go tell your boss you're quitting. Cause we're high like how they sing. Take on me. And even when we're pushing 85, we'll feel like we're out on a school night. Baby, come on, put your hand in mine. I just wanna dance with you for life. And boy, you know I'm pushing 25, but I feel like I'm out on a school night. I don't wanna hit that 9 to 5. I just wanna dance with you tonight. And boy, you know I'm pushing 25, but I feel like I'm out on a school night. I don't wanna hit that 9 to 5. I just wanna dance with you tonight. Wouldn't have wasted my time and could have saved a pickup line. Didn't have to go buy your drinks that night. Or go and ask for your number, or wait a week to call you, or wait to meet your mother. I wonder, what if we skip the wait, the fancy dinner dates, and all the Hallmark holidays, skipped anniversaries, the get down on one knees. What if I knew in time you'd leave me? What if we never waited, skip a couple pages? What if we made a long story short, and all the awkward stages and honeymoon phases we could have made? Long story short, long story short. They say go see where she's from, then wait a year as a rule of thumb before you can call it love, love, love. Oh God. They say to just take it slow, they say to see where it goes. But what if I would have known when I said hello? I would skip the wait, the move into my place, pretend to love your friends I hate. Skip years and little fights on drunken Friday nights. Why did you wait to say goodbye? What if we never waited, skip a couple pages?
Really? He puts it on 0 seconds remaining.
He seems to be fighting hard for it.
It's, oh my goodness, Rudy, what is this? Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through. He's gonna get the shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back. Backward. Can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net. High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Hold on. Surely this kid. Oh my lord.
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Palpatine on the goal line. He did nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
Hello, the pre-roll, or are we live?
I think we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nemesis Gaming League. My name is Colson. A little bit of confusion. That one's on me. I'm joined today by Flip1010. Flip, how you feeling today?
I'm pretty good. I'm ready to see some playoff almost action. We're still getting best of fives, but we're here, and I'm excited. I'm seeing a couple familiar faces on my screen, so it's always good to see like some old teammates playing once again.
It's an exciting matchup in the Challenger League we got going for us today. We have Motion versus Flame. Motion in the pink and purple, and Flame in the yellowish orange. Personally, I'm feeling Flame on this one. The number 7 seed, they lost to the Bishops to get this number 7 seed, but Motion is no slouch. Flip, who are you taking on this one?
Yeah, I got to go with motion, specifically for my boy Mattias Maximus. He's that guy. Although Course is on the other side, I've also teamed with. So, Matt, I have faith in his solo play ability, really. And I think that motion just has more individual talent with fatality as well. So we'll see how it turns out. But to be honest, this one's kind of a toss up.
It is going to be a toss-up. Matt is number 5 in goals overall in Chally, and Fatality is number 6, while Casas is number 5 in score, and Percy is in the top 3 for shooting percentage. So it is going to be a close matchup regardless between the number 7 and number 10 seed. Flame went 10-8 to get here, while Motion went 9-9, and I believe we are diving into the first game of this 5-game series. Like I said before, we have Flame in the yellow, we have Motion in the pink as we dive in to game number 1. Kickoff goes in favor of Flame. Floofy trying to stay on this one, but gets beat out by Fatality. Course is able to get to that ball a little bit quicker and takes a quick shot on net, but it gets pinched out and into Flame's half. I think this game, number 1, is going to be a ping-pong back-and-forth game as each team gets used to the other's play style, and I think it'll really depend on which team comes out hotter, has less double commits, as this is a 5-game series. So each win is going to be unbelievably important as we get further and further along in this series. Flip, what do you think that each of these teams need to do to take the win in this series?
Yeah, first off, for this Flame team, they got to rely on Courses as he puts a nice pass across net there. Finally, Fuse able to put that one away. Just Courses being able to win this 50 in the midfield and then getting a pass off. He's just the player that you got to look for to make all these offensive plays happen. Fuse being able to put that one back in net. An early lead here is huge for this Flame roster because you cannot let Matt and Fatality get going. They are dangerous, but if you're able to counterattack like that, you can really shut them down.
Shot goes a little bit wide on that chance. Course is trying to get a bump, gets a pass from his teammate, but Aqua does well to blast this one away. Midfield presence strong coming out from Motion as they look to tie it up with this attack. One up in the air is Matt, but Courses dusts him out to it. Fatality over to the wall. Low boost. Floofy does well to control this one. Fuse tries to get a shot out, but it was weak, and Fatality gets to it first. Courses now with his time on the wall. Gets it over midfield, but Aqua has this one red. Gets a double on it, keeping it close in the corner. Matt takes over on it. Goes flips one. Maybe looking for Fatality. Gets it around, but Courses is able to clear this one to the corner and gets back up to it, sending it back into the pink half. Back and forth we go in game number 1. And a quick shot comes out, and Fuse doubles up on the lead for Flame.
Yeah, once again, it's Courses being really patient on defense, able to get the clear. Floofy shot just wide, but Fuse it once again. They have really solid rotations where the second man doesn't get the shot on target, but the third man always there to follow it up. And the defense from Flame just seems a little bit lackluster here. And I think so far the defense from Motion seems a little lackluster. The defense from Flame does seem really well coordinated, and their counterattacks have been smooth. Another shot attempt coming out here. Floofy with a nice block. Courses looking for the finisher. There it is, putting that one away as well. A 3-goal lead, 3 minutes left in the game still, and I think this Flame team is just getting warmed up.
Flame team starting out hot, starting out on fire. And I love what you said about the third man for this Flame squad. Very aggressive third man, not afraid to commit. Trust that their teammate will be back in time in case there's a quick counterattack. Courses goes up early. Matt trying to get this one. Has a little bit of a mistouch, but Fatality gets to it and beats Fuse for his trouble. Fatality trying to get a quick shot, but it goes a little bit high. Matt with the follow-up, but it's saved off the post and by Floofy. Floofy now takes this one over to the wall. Tries to flip it back past one to go, but it's pinched into the corner from Matt. Matt gets a flick over one, trying to get the midfield pressure, grabs the boost, and Fatality pops it right over to where that boost was. Aqua trying to stay on it, trying to steal the mid boost, or the back boost, excuse me, but Courses does well to grab it away. The bait comes out from Courses, but it's okay because Floofy takes it in midfield. Now, Courses on the ball, gets one touch, 50's out too, and it's pinched directly into his net. What a powerful shot. Double the commit, double the chance of success, and double the power on that ball. 3 players pinch that one 90 miles an hour into the net.
Yeah, that's just not what you're looking for. If your course is in the air, you know, you want to take a 50. It's too bad the 50 was against 2 other players that you didn't see coming. And that one right there gonna be the first goal here for Motion, and you know, maybe a good like stepping stone for this game, but they've got to figure out a way to not get a pinch goal to somehow go in, because right now it's still all Flame all the time, it feels like. So Motion really looking for something to bounce out back off of after that goal. Maybe a shot there, not coming through. And so far, Colson, even though Motion got that 1 goal, it still seems like Flame is in control.
Yeah, not a lot of sustained offense and pressure coming out from Motion as Fuse sends one wide. Motion is right back on defense. Great pass courses to Floofy, but Floofy can't put that one on. You know, I love a pinch goal. I'm not going to lie. If I'm in a ranked game and I get a pinch, I'm excited. But it's still, like you said, it doesn't make me feel confident because it did kind of come out of nowhere. It's not like we built this pressure, got an infield pass, we're able to beat them out consistently, starve them for boost. And I think Motion, as you expertly said, needs to get a little bit more sustained offense. Aqua gets one over, and what a shot coming out from Fatality. There's the sustained pressure we were talking about.
Dude, this is just talent. Like, you don't hit this shot with a little bit of luck, but, I mean, just knowing that you have a chance at that ball, try to put that one on target. I mean, hey, it's the play-ins and you got nothing to lose. That is what you go for. An angle of all time right there, making this a 1-goal game now. And don't look now, Motion starting the comeback, and Flame really haven't had a very solid opportunity, at least on goal, as Aqua makes a nice touch there. Finally, Flame getting back on offense, but Motion, they seem to be stepping back up, and maybe they are warmed up for this series now.
Motion is starting to look a lot better. They're able to break out of their half on defense, but Fuse is trying to keep them stuck in it. Fatality low boost gets it clear. Matt misses on this one, but he has enough boost to stay on that ball. Courses tries to pop this one, but Fuse had already rotated back into net. 50 coming out from Fatality. Aqua now taking his time on the ball. No one goes from Flame just yet. Floofy does get a 50, putting this one away. Floofy has to go again. Chip that one mid. Fatality not able to get to it first. Fatality able to get to that one first, though, and Courses gets a strong 50, sending this back into the Motion half. Crazy pre-jump coming out from Aqua. Misses on it. Backflip comes out, and Mattias is able to save that one away. Courses trying to have this one hit the ground, and now we're on a 0-second drill for Motion. Floofy aims to cut this one out, and does. Game number 1 goes in favor of Flame.
I think it's really important that they weathered that storm. Flame, they looked like they were faltering just a little bit. Motion really getting their groove, it felt like. And so being able to weather that storm from Flame, weather that comeback, really going to be important here going into these next games. Because if you're Motion, maybe you win this next one, maybe you're feeling it, but just you're thinking in the back of your head, man, I could have had game 1 just a little bit more time. We were a little bit more ready. But Motion, in the end, lose game 1. Flame, go ahead and take this one. And I think Fuse played wonderfully in his role. Floofy, wonderfully in their role. Courses played just as well. I think those 3 as a unit played extremely well. Motion, on the other hand, I felt like it was dive save after hopefully they missed this shot. The defense from Flame looked really solid. I think Motion needs to clean it up a little bit.
Motion does need to clean it up a little bit, but they have something to hang their hats on. They were able to get 2, trying to claw that one back. They woke up halfway through that game number 1, after 2 minutes in that game number 1, and I hope that they carry that same momentum into this game number 2. 100% goal participation coming out from Flame. I'm hoping that we see something like that coming out from Motion, and this series goes the distance. Diving into kickoff we go. Aqua against Fuse. This one goes over to the sidewall where Matt is waiting. He pops this one a little too high off the ceiling. Able to get a pinch, but he pinches that with Courses, and Floofy takes over. Floofy pops this one. It goes down. Courses with a quick shot off the 4th man. Matt making a great save with an assist from the post, but no one goes on the follow-up, and Floofy takes full advantage.
I mean, you just don't expect this from Fuse. What a double here, leading that one straight down for his teammate Floofy, and that aggressive 3rd man He knows that Courses is already back for him, and he knows that he can take this shot. But man, the pass from Fuse was just absolutely beautiful there. And an early start once again here from Flame. And whenever they get hot, they can keep heating up. And they look like they want to get another one here early. They had a 3-0 start in game 1. They're looking to kind of do the same thing here. But we'll have to see if Motion can answer back quickly, like they did at the end of game number 1 here.
Shots are starting to look a little bit more threatening coming out from Motion. We're seeing double commits on that Flame backline, something we didn't see much of in game number 1, but none of that matters. You can't find the back of the net. Great early challenge coming out from Fatality, beating out the diving offense from Flame. Course is now trying to do it himself, trying to get back to this ball, but Fatality cuts it out in the midfield line. Floofy goes up for it, trying to get a corner read. Floofy pops this one out mid. Fuse wanted to go, but was a little bit too far back for it. I think that I'd like to see Motion know when they can take time and when they can't. I loved in game number 1 when Aqua took some time on the ball when he had it. He was able to stay on it, flip past 2, and that got their goal. But they need to just get their head back into it. They look a little bit more locked. This could be their chance, but not enough to sustain that offensive pressure. We're back into that Motion half yet again. Floofy up early, shot down, 2 to save that one. A 50-50 from 3 players, and Courses takes advantage of it. Unfortunate for Motion.
Every single player plays the block, and well, nobody plays the ball. That one is just gonna fall right for Courses to clean it up beautifully. And Motion, once again, just a little shaky at the start, a little panicked it feels like. If you're, like you said, you want them to take their time, just know whenever they can have time on the ball like that, know whenever they have a player in the air and are passing it down for whatever reason. Somehow, Aqua was still in the air there. Matt, with 0 boost, able to make that save, but it's whenever this Flame team gives you the time, you gotta take it as the touch there comes out. This Motion team, they can't keep going down 2 goals, 3 goals like this and expect to win these games. And with their playoff hopes on the line, with their season on the line, Colson, they need to step up. And with about half the game remaining, it needs to be quick.
To be fair to Motion, though, it is a lot easier said than done. It's hard to stay composed, especially when the pressure is on. But this is the team to do it. Motion is going to try to sustain some offense, but a pinch goal goes into their net this game. Floofy with an early dive pinches it into the top corner.
Fatality, who in my opinion has not been having the best series, that one is not going to help his case. He had that one insane angle, but this pinch just a little devastating there. And literally halfway through the game, a 3-0 lead once again for Flame. And we saw Motion just throw the kitchen sink, it felt like, at this Flame team. As a miss comes out, a good shot. Floofy with a better save. Matt can't put it on target. No, Fatality could have put it in either. And Flame survive once again, Colson. That's just been the story, it feels like. Flame, they're just so hard to score on.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a great job on defense. They're not biting on anything they don't deem threatening, and it's worked out in their favor, keeping Motion scoreless going into the 4th minute of the game. We're jumping down. A beat comes out from Courses to commit again. Courses going for the double, but he sends it off the 4th man. The 4th man coming in huge, keeping this game within 3. Matt now gets a 50 out. Aqua pushed a little bit too far forward, gets dunked out. Didn't have enough speed on that ball. Floofy trying to get a shot, but sends it low and slow. Courses pops this one out, looking for Fuse in the midfield. Fuse gets the beat, goes awkwardly off the backboard, and he follows up on it. Just like that, when you thought Motion might get back into it, Flame heats up yet again and takes a 4-0 lead.
That is just a great play there from Floofy. One more touch is all it takes, and again, that aggressive 3rd man. And I think this Flame team can be so aggressive because it looks like that Motion on defense are just all over the place. Like, it doesn't look like they can get the clear half the time. And, well, they can't because it's in the back of their net. And this 3rd man from Flame is really, it doesn't matter who it is. They're all really good at noticing when they can capitalize on those opportunities. And going into, the last minute of this game, if you're a Motion, Colson, I don't even know what you do. Because it just seems like everything has been answered by Flame so far. I want to see more passes. I want to see more, some more team play. But, with a 1 game left in a minute, you've got to put your whole season on the line here, Colson. I don't know if they can switch up their play style just like that, but they got to do something because this Flame team, they're just on fire.
One thing I know they need to do is not what they're doing right now. Double commit, maybe save the goal. They need to get one for the road. I've seen a lot of aggression coming out from this Motion team, but Flame is just not biting on it. They're trusting that they won't get the shot. Matt gets a great save. Defense starting to form up a little bit, but it's too little too late in this game number 2. I think you said it perfectly. We have to look for a couple more passes mid. Stop trying to heat up too much because we're overheating, and because of that, Flame is allowing themselves to ignite. Floofy pumps this one out mid. Aqua takes this one off the ceiling. Should leave it for Matt, but doesn't. Double commit comes out, and this game is all but over once the ball hits the ground. Flame takes a 2-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, and, it's not just as simple as just get the save, make the clear, dribble past them, I want to say, guys, just do this, but it starts with their rotation into a bad comm, into a whiffed ball, into 2 players on top of each other. It's a double commit, and boom, it's 1 extra touch from Flame. Flame, I do think, is taking very good advantage of the miscommunication. It seems like, because I'm seeing a lot more 1 extra pass coming out of Flame, and that kind of mentality is just so good against a team that gets a little scattered on defense, because you make that 1 extra pass, they don't know where to go. And so Motion, I think they just need to calm down just a little bit, be a little calmer, play some 50s. You win a couple 50s, and anything can happen in this video game, because it's just the nature of Rocket League, it feels like. So Flame, 4-0 win here, 2-0 in the series. I picked Motion, and I'm sticking to it. We're getting a reverse sweep coming out right now, Colson, and I'm ready for it.
That would be the dream. I'd love to go to game number 5, but all that matters right now is game number 3. I love what I see from this Flame squad. They're not committing too much, never overcommitting as first man, but when they do get that sustained pressure, they're absolutely willing to commit that third man. I think that Motion could take one out of their book. Trust that you don't need to go up super early all the time, because they're just making touches like this. You need to go now, right? Fatality gets the clear, looking for Matt upfield. Matt trying to pop it back for a teammate, but does it himself, and he gets 50 out for it. Fatality looking for Matt, but Matt doesn't have enough to turn on it. This one goes back. Fuse tries to get a demo on Aqua, but cannot. Aqua pops this one out and around. Courses gets the beat in the midfield. Matt pops this one out mid. Courses is waiting with a quick shot and over the defender. Top bins. Courses gets the first goal.
Look, I knew Courses had it in him. I knew he's that guy. I wasn't sure how rusty or how washed he could have been, because last season he was on my team. He was the sub, and we did not play him. Wait, no, maybe it was 2 seasons ago. Oh my gosh, that's how long ago it's been. I think it's been 2 seasons, and he was the sub, and we just did not play him. And it's just, after that, it's like, how much have we been playing the game? Apparently, he's been playing enough to hit shots like that, so he's performing really well, and this Flame team is super scary.
They absolutely are. We know Courses has been hitting his packs. Matt with an open shot. He needs to hit his, because that was the wide open net they needed to get back in this series, and he sends it off the post. Shooting woes coming out from Motion. This one pops over to Fatality. Fatality also misses on this one. Tries to get the follow-up, but Floofy is there with the save. This one could go in, and that's the icebreaker that this Motion squad needs.
And it's a tied game. Haven't had a tied game past 0-0 ever in this series. So it's good to see. I did just see 2 open nets not hit, but I did see finally a goal go in the back of the net for this Motion squad, and that's just all you need to see sometimes. Sometimes seeing that ball hit the net is all it takes, but they need to do it a couple more times if they want to feel comfortable at least winning this one, as Fatality's shot going to go off the post. Aqua going to get the help from Fatality with the bumps as well. A double bump coming out there from Fatality. A good shot from Aqua as well. Colson, Motion seemed to, putting some things in motion here as they're able to take the lead for the first time all series.
They just put that one on net. That's all we need to do, right? If you're a Motion fan, that's exactly what you want to see. We've had so many opportunities, but we haven't been able to put it in the net. We've been sending screamers at the back of the net, but it hasn't been able to go in. That one was a little dribbler, and it was on target, and it went in. It doesn't matter how fast the ball is. All that matters is what's at the top of your screen. And right now, Motion has their first lead of the series. Fatality gives this one out to Courses, though. I love the pass attempt from Aqua, but Floofy will be able to take over. Looking for interference. Matt makes a great save. Matt taking it slow, taking his time. I love what I'm seeing so far. Flick comes out from him, but I feel like that's just throwing away the ball again. I know that you're trying to get pressure on, but maybe look for a team in the midfield. Maybe drop pass to him. Look for your teammates. Let them be the ones to get you into this series. That's how they got their first goal. That's how they tied this one up. Floofy now trying to add some pressure on to Motion for the Flame Squad. Courses with a quick shot. This one goes high, looking for Fuse, but a great save coming out from Matt, able to get to that ball by the skin of his teeth. Floofy in midfield gets 50 out by Fatality. Courses able to go under. Aqua pops this one up, taking some time. I love what I'm seeing. I love the change of pace coming out from this Motion squad, forcing the pressure on to Flame. What a pre-flip coming out from Matt as he was bumped into it. 2 minutes remaining in this game number 3, and it looks like Motion is finally in the series.
Motion almost getting another goal right there. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Aqua specifically. I feel like every single one of his touches, his challenges, is that to himself, to a teammate, it's just been not to the other team, and that has been so important here. Aqua, I feel like, has been kind of just the player to make it happen for this Motion squad, and now Fatality has to make a save. Whoa. That one going up hard off the post. Fuse getting the finish as well. It's 2-2 now here, and Fatality's touch just off the bar. If that goes over the net and not hit the bar, it's completely safe, but instead a 2-2 tied game here, Colson, and this one finally looking like two playoff caliber teams going at it.
Lucky bounce coming off the post back into the offense's car. Courses is not done. No. Gets the dunk on him, but it goes high and off the bar. Now Flame trying to keep this pressure on. They haven't had it for a couple minutes. They got their quick goal, but they are looking to sustain some offense and close this series in 3. Fuse 50s out Fatality. Courses goes quick. Floofy goes quick, but gets 50'd out by Fatality with a great cut, alleviating some of that pressure. Great pop coming out from Aqua. None of his teammates go, though. Fuse gets a pass down, but Courses gets cut out by Fatality. Great fake comes out, but they can't fake Courses twice in a row. Courses over to Floofy. Floofy beats one out, trying to get another touch, but Aqua does well to stay on that play. Fuse low boost a little bit awkward. Matt leaving it for Fatality, but Floofy able to get there first. I like what I'm seeing from both these squads. Like you said, it looks like we have two playoff caliber teams going at it finally in this series. Hopefully it is as entertaining as it deserves to be. Aqua popped this one out. Fatality trying to get a pass back to him, but just a little bit too much. Fatality popping this one down, hoping someone goes, but it's Courses. Courses again, high off the bar. This one feels like it could be Flame's game if shooting accuracy was there. I guess I could say the same for Motion, as there were a couple early shots that went off the crossbar, but it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is getting the score at the top of your screen in your favor, and this is the time to do it. Overtime in game number 3.
Now we're looking at a couple players here. It's Floofy and Courses who have been kind of the offense, and Fuse has been the cleanup man. That's just kind of been their roles. And I'm looking at Matt and Aqua to really step up here. Aqua getting a beat here, looking for maybe a shot. A huge 50, not going to go through, but those are the kinds of plays that I'm looking for from those players. Those are the playmakers, in my opinion. Fatality's the shooter. Fuse he's the shooter. Those are the players. They know their roles. It's about who executes now in overtime. This is life or death here for Motion.
Aqua pops this one high. It could trickle down and does. Matt waiting, pops this one high, but Courses is wise to it, trying to get a ground pinch and gets it, but it goes right to Matt. Matt looking for a teammate mid, but Aqua wasn't ready for it. He goes up now, gets a soft touch, trying to get a reset, gets it, flips again, trying to go for 2, but sends it a little bit too far. Courses up to Floofy, trying to make something happen. Courses over to Floofy yet again. 50-50 comes out. Fuse the shooter! Puts it off of Aqua. What a beautiful save coming out from Motion. double whiff coming out. Play the ball meta is in right now, just by the way, guys. Floofy now taking this one over. A minute and 15 into overtime, and Flame is back on offense yet again.
Now, another counterattack, though, in motion. Maybe another opportunity here. A really good touch there from Aqua, but Fatality not willing to commit. I'm seeing Fuse sit really far back. You're not willing to give up just a dumb goal, but a double commit. Huge. Matt with a great touch. Is that on target? And it is! Motion stay alive here in Game 3. We're going to Forbidden Temple, and the reverse sweep begins.
3 minutes and 25 seconds to get the third goal of the match. Beautiful Rocket League that we've seen in motion are starting to claw their way back into this series. We have a lot of offense from both teams, but more from motion in this game. They had 13 shots on net, really forcing Flame to play some defense, and Flame a lot less offense in this game. The time taken from motion is doing wonders. Flame only had 7 shots total. That I think is almost half of what they had in the last game. Unbelievable stuff that I've seen so far. I think that motion has done a really good job knowing when to hold the ball and when to get rid of the ball. And I think if they tighten that up just a little bit more, they would be dominating in that game. I think we should look for them to do that a little bit more, try to pass a little bit more in this game number 4, and Flame needs to be ready for it. Wouldn't you say so, Flip?
Yeah, and you know, Flame, they just the difference felt like for me was 1, the shooting, but 2, it just felt like they didn't have nearly as much time, and I feel like that's because of mainly Aqua and Matt just being all in their face, while also having Fatality sit that third man and play the long bangs. And so just the 3, it looks like their defensive third man rotation has been a lot solider. Solider? That's a word, yes, because Fatality has been just that third man for him consistently, and Matt is going to drop a beautiful pass down, almost a goal himself, getting us started early here, and this is a lot of pressure early from motion, and usually it's been Flame that's been the early aggressors, but this time it's going to be Aqua going for the Psycho attempt. Almost hits it too. This man, he's a little bit of a freak so far.
That was a good attempt, and this is actually what I was going to recommend for the Flame squad. When someone is taking their time on the ball, you got to go for demos, and we saw demos galore. 2 of them I heard in just that replay. Fuse, the shooter, always ready for it, puts that one into the top right, taking the early lead. That was a great play coming out from Flame. Let's see if motion can respond. Fatality gets a beat on 1. Aqua willing to send it, but so is Floofy. Floofy gets the beat. Courses now going for this one, waiting, biding his time. Love the interference coming out from Aqua, forcing Floofy to put it in his corner. Fatality whiffs on this one. 50-50 comes out yet again. Great bump on the back line. Courses going to try to get to it and gets a great doink, sending this one high off the crossbar. Fatality keeping this one into the corner. Floofy popping this out for Courses. Now this one back up high, awkward. This could be it, but Fuse with a great save. This one off the sidewall, awkward, really awkward, and Fatality capitalizes on it. You can see how scrambled that Flames defense was.
Yeah, and it's just one cut from Fatality there that they weren't expecting, and a great touch off the backboard as well. A lack of boost. Fatality took the corner boost and then cut the ball, and so you don't have boost. You're awkward in your positioning. You're caught flat-footed a little bit. That's just a perfect recipe there from Fatality, and a great, almost solo play. It felt like he was just the one capitalizing on all those opportunities that he created. Now, can motion continue it here? It's Flame. They had an opportunity right there, but now it's back in this Flame half, and motion getting aggressive themselves. Fatality off the backboard again. It's the Fatality signature at this point, popping to himself. A little bit of help, though, from Matt.
This is what motion was trying to do. They forced Flame to take it a little bit slow, got super aggressive with the demos themselves, and Fatality is the shooter. He's going to put that one in the back of the net. They take another lead, and now it's going to be on Flame yet again to crawl back into this game. 50 comes out. Fatality elects to take it slow, waiting for this 50, taking his time. 50 out by Aqua. Course is able to get it by 2. Matt with a great touch off the sidewall over to Fatality. Now Aqua gonna go on it. He doesn't get the 50, but Fatality gets the touch. Courses with a lead into the corner. course, is not able to go for this a second time. Floofy is going to take it, pop once up to himself, hits it hard, but Fatality is just biding his time, waiting for that touch down mid. Floofy with a great cut, able to get it through this midfield presence from Motion. Now, of course, is taking his time. Matt not taking his time, sending it early. Floofy gets an awkward touch. This could be the chance. Fatality, never the plan. Man of the hour for Motion, going for a bump. Fuse gets the 50 onto Aqua. Matt gets bumped, a little bit awkward. He couldn't jump for that one. Courses to Fuse. Oh, but this one's just a little bit wide. Awkward bounce for the defense. Floofy sends it wide yet again. I feel like that could have been Flame's chance on this one, but now here comes Motion with their own counterattack.
Fuse was able to make the great save and get a demo as well, trying to give his teammates some time to get some boost. Floofy taking his time on that one, but Fatality diving immediately. He has been all over this Flame team, almost figuring them out. It feels like as Aqua's touch goes high, looking for one more. The cut from Matt is going to be there. Floofy has to make the save of his own backboard. Fatality a little awkward, just trying to get this ball on target, but no boost from Flame, so no real counterattack threat, it feels like. And I think this boost stealing from Motion has been so good for them, as Flame just feels like they are on 0 or close to it the entire game. And now with, being down a goal, Flame looking for an opportunity to find their way through, but it's going to be Aqua finding his way through. Fuse, last man once again, making the save on the way back. And Coulson, I think you got to figure out a way to get past this Motion midfield, as they do it right there. Floofy, one touch is all it takes. And I think it's Aqua who just dove a little too preemptively. If he fakes that challenge, Floofy has no boost. It's an easy 1v1. The Coulson get a little antsy. They're getting a little too quick here. And now Flame finally able to capitalize on that. Motion, they need to look out for that.
You could tell that he did not want to miss that shot. Like he missed that one. That could have been Motion's chance. But a whiff from Matt ends that one. Nerves starting to get to these players. Floofy elected to bang that one into the back of the net. A screamer, as Chad said. Just, solid play tying up the game. But now, Flame is going to have to play some defense. Floofy trying to go for this one. Fakes it out for Fuse. Fuse electing to take his time. Wait for the first touch. There it is. Fuse bites now. I think Aqua is going to pop this one up. Maybe look for Matt. Aqua trying to do it himself. Gets a reset. 2 dive. This could be dangerous. Fatality is able to get that touch, putting it back into Flame's corner. Missed demo coming out. Fuse able to get the 50 though. Tied again, 2-2 with 30 seconds remaining. Do you think we're going to see an overtime in this game? Number 4?
I think it's going to happen here. Fuse has just been playing so well on the defensive end. This Flame team, it's just so hard to break whenever they're all locked in like that. Matt trying to make his one play happen here. This one's going to be bouncing really good for him. No touch is going to come through, though. Aqua already on the back wall, ready for it, but Floofy's going to get the long clear. Fatality keeping this ball alive. That one probably going to hit the ground. Of course, it's a 0 boost to work with. Overtime here in game 4. Coulson, I'm ready for it. Let's see if Motion can force a game 5.
Maybe this was their master plan all along. I don't want to speak too soon, but maybe if they get to game 5, I might give it to them. They look like a much stronger team, but this one goes off and down the crossbar. That could have been Flame's chance. Flame with all the pressure on this offense. 50-50 comes out. Clearly the nerves are starting to show. Aqua trying to ice up, gets a redirect off the sidewall. This one gets by Floofy. Aqua pops this one high and puts it into the net. Fatality with a hat trick, getting his team to game number 5.
Aqua got the 50 onto Courses, then the follow-up 50 onto Floofy. Fatality is there to follow the flick from Aqua. Fuse, I think, would have had the save if Fatality did not jump on that opportunity immediately. But the counterattack from Motion was huge. The individual play from Aqua has been astounding, but Fatality has been the finisher, and he was able to do it right here. 3 for 3 in this game, 100% shooting, and hey, those shots are lethal, fatal, if you will. Now, one more game is all it takes to complete the reverse sweep, and one more game is all it takes for Flame to shut them down. I don't know who's going to take it. You said you might take Motion now. I don't know. I think this Flame team still has a lot left in them, but the way Aqua and Fatality are playing, I know how good Matt is. I know he can perform, but Aqua and Fatality, they were my question marks, and they are stepping up. So I'm going to take Motion here in this game 5, Coulson. What about you?
It's going to be tough. I will be able to give you an answer after like 30 seconds. Oh, and this might go in favor of Flame, but Fuse whiffs on it. The ice is not there for this Flame squad. Ironically enough, they heated up too much in the first couple games that they might not be able to ice out this series. I think they're just diving for too much. I'll tentatively say Flame for now, but that might just be because I want to be a little bit different. Courses now taking this one over to the sidewall, looking for Fuse and Floofy as they both go up. That's what Flame has to tighten up if they want to win this game number 5. Courses trying to stay on this one. Aqua pops this one out mid. That could have been a shot, but Floofy elects to go to the sidewall. Gets a 50 on 1. Floofy going for it again. Fuse was ready for a little bit of a squirt out mid. Courses, there it is. There's the chance. Backflip out from Floofy. This one awkwardly goes back down. Courses might want to take over and does. Pops this one out mid, but none of his teammates were ready for the pass. Looks like Flame just isn't on the same page as they were in games 1 and 2.
That's a great touch there from Fuse, though. Able to get the 50 as well. That one going to go through, and Flame now, where it feels like in games 1 and 2, their third man was going to be there no matter what because they just had that much faith in each other to rotate back. Now it seems that that's kind of broken a little bit, and so those passes that were hitting earlier aren't hitting now, but the solo plays from Aqua are the bump, the dunk from that as well. Aqua, what are you doing to this team?
Aqua is putting his teammates in the backpack, trying to make it happen for him, willing his way and willing his team into this next playoff bracket. But it's not over yet. 3:30 on the clock is a lot of time to play, and we've seen Flame heat up when they needed to the most. They're going to have to do it again. Fatality with a touch, great touch into the corner, looking for Aqua. Aqua back down to Fatality. Fatality trying to make something happen. Doesn't get the 50, but Aqua's there to scoop it up. This is the guy you want to see on the ball. Looking for Matt. Matt, pre-jump. Stop! Go! This motion team has a little bit of motion because that play was disgusting.
Aqua with the perfect jump, the perfect pass, but Matt didn't just commit for the pre-jump pass. He floated a little bit, saw the pass was actually going to come through, and then used his boost to finally get that one away. And if that's the goal that we're scoring in Game 5, that's how I know this team is built for the playoffs. They only keep getting better. Fuse, you got to put one away here, and that one is a screamer to the back of the net. Fuse quieting down this motion team a little bit, maybe trying to get this Flame team heated up again, because so far it's been all motion, but Fuse just shut that down.
Fuse lit the fuse on that bomb and let it rip into the back of the net, bringing his team within 1. I think they're going to have to rely on Fuse and his shooting accuracy if they want to get back into this game and take this series. Course is a little bit awkward getting it by all 3. This is super awkward. And 15 into the back of the net. No one from motion went for that ball. Guys, you got to go for the ball. That's the new meta. Hit the ball.
That one is just a beautiful 50 from Floofy as well, but it was Fatality and Matt right next to each other on the challenge, and somehow Courses got it by both of them, and then he got the follow-up touch on zero boost, able to make that play bounce mid somehow, and Floofy somehow able to make that 50 happen. Aqua now trying to make up for that mistake. Instead, it's going to be Matt passing it down to him. Courses with a beautiful touch here, and Fuse is head hunting. Aqua doesn't get the demo. Neither does Fuse, so a great pass coming out. Flame, they seem to have reignited that spark that was there earlier, and now Colson, we got to see, does motion continue to have what it takes? Are we going to get another overtime? Because so far, this series, it's been one-sided until it hasn't, and now it is back and forth, Game 5 overtime. That's all we can ask for.
We're seeing a lot of nerves right now come out from these teams, but none coming out from Fatality. He is all ice. He is all business. Fuse, he just lets Fuse pop this one back to him, gets a flick over the last back defender, and puts that one top center of the net. Beautiful shot coming out from Fatality. Like you said, we know he has what it takes to ice up in the playoffs. Courses now on this one, whiffs it out. Nerves starting to come through. They're down yet again. They got to get one more goal to send it to overtime, 2 to take it against a motion squad that has decided to wake up in these last 3 games. Fatality, first one to this ball. Fuse trying to take his time a little bit, whips on it. Fatality looking for a teammate. Matt up in the air, but Fuse able to track this one down and make the save. Aqua with a sidewall read, but gets read out by the Flame defender. Of course, is taking his time, a little bit awkward. Those first touches that he was making in games 1 and 2, not there for him in this one. Matt pops this one out. Courses rips this one over to Floofy, but a little bit too far, and Aqua scoops it back. The sustained offense I was asking for, that we were asking for in games 1 and 2 from Motion, is here, and Fatality wants to go to the next round.
Fatality just put almost maybe the finisher into the back net of Flame here. It's just a beautiful top right shot, and that kind of power is savable, but there's no boost for Flame there. Motion has done such a good job all series of boost starving, but the shooting is what has stepped up this game. Aqua putting that one away. The touch from Fuse is just not good enough, and Aqua getting the last goal there in a 3-goal lead here. Coulson, Flame's gotta be feeling the pressure now.
Unbelievable breakdown on defense. They're not willing to send anyone to meet the challenge in midfield. And because of that, they're giving Motion free reign, sustaining that offense. Matt's starting to feel himself, trying to get a solo play. Fuse grabs full boost. This team needs a goal, and they need it now. Floofy pre-jumps, but it doesn't go into the net. Matt with a great save. Courses up, looking for a double. Fakes it out for a teammate, but it goes off the post. Floofy with the follow-up, but can't put it in. I feel like Flame needed that one if they wanted any hope of winning this series. And now here comes Motion. Aqua putting this one up for a teammate, but Fatality able to make the save. This one popped up by Floofy. Floofy low boost. Aqua should know it and does. Gets a great 50. Time wasting coming out from Motion. Another whippy 50. Fatality to Matt. Matt trying to ice up. Puts this one to the bottom left. But a great save comes out from Courses. Aqua keeping the pressure on. Floofy pops this one over to Courses. Courses popping this one out, looking for a teammate. They both don't have any boost, but Fatality does. Matt now looking for a counterattack, and this game is basically over, ladies and gentlemen. 5 seconds left. 5 goals for Motion, and they ice up with a reverse sweep in the Challenger League to send them into the playoffs.
That one is gonna be one to remember, especially if this Motion team can go on and continue their playoff run. It's gonna be a tough one as they now play the 1 seed, and you know, all of these teams are gonna have a very tough challenge. You know, coming out of being in the play-in bracket, having to play the 1 seed. I just think this 1 seed for the Challenger League is just a little bit better than some of the other 1 seeds around. I don't know. They have a couple players on their team. I'll say that much, Coulson. So it's going to be tough going here for Motion. And they have to get started. They have to not get started that cold. They can't be that not warmed up, it felt like. You know, obviously it's going to be a longer series, and they look like a team that got better throughout the series. But in the end, you know, if you're going against the 1 seed, you got to start the gates out hot and then continue to get better. But hey, for now, congratulations to y'all. Y'all do deserve that playoff spot. They played fantastic. I think Aqua really stepped up in his midfield play. I mean, Fatality was scoring everything at the end there, but I think Aqua's solo plays and ball control really helped secure that dub. And for Flame, man, it sucks for them because they were up 2-0. They didn't have their full roster. It felt they didn't have their full roster, and they wanted that one. And if they got that one, it would have been huge. But in the end, it's Motion coming away with the dub, Coulson. And to be honest, I hate to say I told you so, but you know, I told you so.
Yeah, that one hurts just a little bit. Stings just a little bit more. Reverse sweeped out of my prediction and my channel points, but that is what it is. I think Motion did a great job of adapting. They looked phenomenal. They saw what wasn't working. They talked to one another. They got back into the series because of it. And Flame was not able to adapt to the new Motion on the scene. That will be it for the Challenger League today. But our next matchup, we have a Prospect League battle. We have Wyverns versus Faded. That one is coming up next, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back with some more awesome Rocket League.
Deuces.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard we can go. No one will know. Oh, come on, girl. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of Patron, and it's on, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Just say I do. Just say I do. Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. I'll go get a ring, let the choir bells sing like ooh. So what you wanna do? Let's just run, go. And if we wake up and you wanna break up, that's cool. No, I won't blame you. It was fun, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Just say I do. Just say I do. Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you.
Really? He puts it in 0 seconds remaining. He seems to be playing hard for it. Oh my goodness, Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, it's got the oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through. He's gonna get the shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back.
Backward, can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Is this serious? Now, hold on. Surely this kid. Oh my
It's
lord!
still with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Palpatine on the goal line. He did nearly all sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the play-in tournament, play-in finals continue here. And I'm not Jonas, but I'm Flip, and it's good to be back in the booth. Joining me is Chunk Light. Chunk, how is it going, man? Are you ready to see another play-in final here, this time in the Prospect League?
Hey, I'm ready to be here. I've casted all the other Prospect play-ins, so we've seen these players before, so I'm excited to see how this one will unfold.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, a couple big names here, and I think whenever I'm looking at specifically this Wyverns team, you got the big King Koku, Dinosaurs, and oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the last name. Postman. Oh my gosh, I forget Postman. He was on my team last season. Anyway, those three, man, I remember casting them and having one insane clip come out from them. I know those boys like to pass. Those boys like to play around each other. So it'll be a fun watch here going into game number 1. On Faded side, we got Street Soul and Gala. No names here. There are definitely veterans on the side of the Challenger League here, Chunk. So going into this series, who are you taking? Who do you got? And is it going all the way here like it did last time?
I think it will be a closer game than what happened to Wyverns. They had a game 5 in the first one, but those were close games. Faded, on the other hand, they had a lot of momentum going. They had a lot of close games that they played, but they were able to get the sweep. So I'm curious to see if this Wyverns team can kind of slow down the momentum that Faded got on Wednesday, and if they can make a little bit of their own offense, like from those passing plays, like you said.
That will be very important to see. So far, though, fun fact: the lower seeded team, the team that has had to win a game to make it to this matchup, has been the one to win so far. So we will see if that trend does continue here in the Prospect League, as the Wyverns are looking to continue to put on this pressure. As King Koku taking a little bit of time, making a shot back post. That one's not going to go through. The demo from Street Soul was huge because the follow-up would have been there, but instead it's no bro taking that 50 well. Street Soul now trying to get that shot on target, not going to go through. King Koku now with a little bit of time, trying to get a flick, trying to get a pop past one. No double off the back wall. Gala a little awkward. Postman going to get the follow-up. Looking for one more touch. Doesn't get it, but is able to grab their corner boost. Dinosaurs able to get one touch, not able to get the follow. Street Soul bangs that one high. Postman towards the backboard, maybe looking for a double. That ball bouncing straight down though, not able to get there. Dinosaurs and King Koku double commit. King Koku's touch is behind him, a little bit dangerous here, as no shot is going to be able to come through. And now Wyverns once again looking at the counterattack here. Faded though, looks like they've had a couple good opportunities. No shots yet though for Faded, and it feels like they're just one better touch away, it feels like, from getting a counterattack opportunity. But right now it is still Wyverns who kind of firmly hold control of this game.
Yeah, I was a little surprised going into this game, and I kind of got sources that Postman wasn't going to be here, and he's a key anchor to this team as he goes up for a solo play. But I feel like if they didn't have him here tonight, that it would be a lot rougher with their sub, who they haven't played a lot with. But I think that with their offense going right now, that they have the momentum going, and they have been able to slow down this Faded team.
Yeah, and a couple opportunities here for Wyverns. Creative front post, man, it feels like mainly. It just nothing. No shooter, it feels like, on the side of Wyverns is able to put the ball in the back of the net. King Koku looking to do so there. Not going to happen. Postman can't get it past as No Bro able to get one touch. As Shootsol looking to get the follow-up off the Dinosaur's touch. That's a good shot. King Koku able to make a good save, though. Last man, Gala, challenging that one, so Postman has a lot of time here. Doesn't choose to take control, though, and Street Soul gonna ping that one off the backboard once again. Street Soul looking for one more touch on No Boost. It's gonna be No Bro getting that clear, though, as King Koku sends that ball long, not to a teammate though, but King Koku still able to pop that ball up high. Street Soul now, the 100 boost is gonna lead that one for No Bro. A nice pass there to Gala. Gala looking for the 50 as Street Soul is able to get that one towards the corner. King Koku with one touch. It's gonna be a double commit here on the side of Faded. Postman looking to capitalize on that. A long clear downfield. No one from Wyverns is down there, though, so Street Soul's touch off his own corner. King Koku still just kind of getting a touch and not doing much with it. Maybe trying to force a mistake, but so far, nothing dangerous coming out from either of these teams. Nobody wants to overcommit, it feels like. Specifically this Faded team, I feel like, or sorry, this Wyverns team, I feel like if they kind of just send it a little bit harder, they can definitely capitalize on these Faded mistakes, but with a minute left, it's still 0-0 here, Chunk. You think we're getting an overtime already here in Game 1?
I think we have a high potential to get an overtime here in Game 1. Just seeing how they're kind of feeling each other out. They're not going for anything too risky. They're trying to kind of see what the opponent is giving them, which I kind of like as a strategy going into this Game 1 of a 5-game series. It's still not in the Game 7s yet, so all these games matter just a little bit more than they will in the playoffs, what it feels like, especially not having that tactical timeout. So you've got to be able to keep your mental up all series long. And so far, either one of these teams are not wanting to give up the one goal that will probably win this Game 1.
This one goal could be the goal that decides the series. You know, if you go to Game 5, you're thinking to yourself, man, if only this other team won Game number 1. It's only one goal, but that's all it takes to win this one here. Overtime, 0-0. Who will come out on top? It might be a kickoff goal. Let's see. There's a good kickoff there for the Wyverns. Postman's touch, though, it's just giving the ball away. Dinosaurs couldn't get there, and No Bro looking for the counter attack. Street Soul got the bump. No Bro shot gets saved. King Koku was floating in the air. He had no control. Still able to get in the way, though. Dinosaurs now looking to pass over to King Koku. The shot doesn't come through, but one touch. This Postman hits it off the corner. Postman looking for the shot. That's going to go off the backboard, and the third man, Dinosaurs, is not willing to commit to that pass. Now Dinosaur's looking for maybe one more. Has only 6 boosts to work with, so Street Soul's going to have that ball cleared out. Street Soul now looking for a pass mid, but it's going to be King Koku. Send it over to Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs able to send it all the way downfield. Gala, no boost here. Grabs some off the corner. Postman's touch. Going to be straight to Gala. Long clear. No Bro looking for the follow-up. Dinosaurs has that ball saved very easily. Nothing crazy coming out so far. Easy pop shots, it feels like, to be saved, and maybe a little bit of a reminder of what regulation looked like here. Nobody willing to just take that one last step, that one risky challenge to make this game. Honestly, it decides on a challenge like that. We'll see. Postman maybe just putting it away himself. Not happening there. But so far, Chunk, both these teams not willing to go that extra mile to secure a goal here. Maybe they're just not trying to risk it here when their season is on the line.
Yeah, a lot of smart play. Minimizing mistakes has caused this game to kind of be a slow-paced game, as No Bro will end this scoring drought that we had all game just off a big missed touch from Koku Asta 50 with Street, and No Bro able to react right over Dino, who's just kind of awkward in net. It's a great play to kind of break the stall we had. And I think that if they want to replicate that success, that they're gonna need Street Soul to go for demos. We know that he likes to do that, and I was surprised we didn't see it a lot here in this first game. But it was a great game played from both teams, and Faded able to capitalize in overtime.
Yeah, weathering 12 shots coming out from Wyverns. Faded able to really kind of just lock themselves down on defense, not let Wyverns get any easy looks. It felt like they were forcing a lot, making that third man from Wyverns make that decision. Should I go for this ball? Should I not? And every time the Wyverns player backed up, so they were not able to get that consistent amount of pressure. They had a lot of it, but I feel like if their third man challenges a little bit more aggressively, obviously you might get scored on, but the chances that you score are also really high. So it's just about, weighing those odds and seeing what you're willing to go for here, or maybe getting an early goal might help, as it's going to be Postman from Dinosaurs off the ceiling. Postman able to put that one away. An early goal here from Wyverns, and that's the kind of momentum you want to see going into a game 2 here, where this is your first goal all series, and they're able to get a nice early lead here, Chunk, and this is what you're kind of looking for if you're the Wyverns.
Yeah, great passing play there off the kickoff, and great capitalization from Postman. Puts it around the last defender, and we had 7 goals in 2 seconds, 2 goals in 7 seconds rather, to kind of break this scoring drought. I'm kind of curious to see if they kind of settled into the series, and we'll see a lot more offensive and risky plays coming out here in this game too.
Yeah, I've just known this Wyverns to be a lot more pass heavy than what I've seen so far. Dinosaurs, I think, was looking for Postman there, but instead it's going to be Nobro trying to take control a little bit. A good 50 there. Gala's on the other side, maybe looking for a pass back towards the midfield. It's going to be Nobro, and that one off the backboard. Postman able to make the save. Going for the double off the sidewall, not going to have it. Streetsoul able to get the clear, get the shot as well. Nobro able to stop that counterattack in its place. Gala also not letting any free touch in the midfield come through. Streetsoul colliding with the midfield there. Postman's shot gonna be good, but Nobro's save gonna be better. Nobro looking for another 50 there, and a great 50 it is. And it feels like this Faded team, they locked on that midfield. The cuts from their second man, it feels like they're really solid, not allowing any real threat of a counterattack come through. Instead, it's going to be Nobro with the counterattack, as the save here from, I believe, King Koku, just not good enough. He gets caught a little awkward, and so the save is just a perfect setup there for Nobro.
Yeah, we saw a kind of similar goal happen in game 1, in the game-winning. Nobro in that middle, able to capitalize on an awkward third defender. If Wyverns want to keep up their defense and remain able to win these crucial games in the final, what could be their final series of the season, they've got to find a way to kind of let their third man be poised and ready for these midfield opportunities that Nobro has seen so far.
But it's going to be Gala looking for the shot off of a great pass from Nobro, that third man. And the dribble from Streetsoul as well. All 3 players really involved in that play. Gala's shot, though, just off the crossbar, and the crossbar ringing true, as now Streetsoul looking for a little bit of control, but it's going to be King Koku with a great challenge. Gala able to get a nice high touch. Dinosaurs is going to be there, though, to make the save, make the shot attempt, and Nobro is able to make the save. Nobro able to get 1 touch past Postman. Postman looking for the 50 anyway. His teammate King Koku also went for that one. Postman, though, able to get a nice touch past one. Nobro all the way back here, looking for a little control. Dinosaurs not able to get the read, so Nobro, 0 boost, still able to make a play happen. Kikoku pops up all way high, has to get another touch. Gala waiting patiently. His touch is not a shot on target, though, and instead it's going to be clear for Nobro. For Postman here. Postman now with 1 touch. That one off the backboard. Kinkoku looking for the shot. That one going to be on target. The save from Nobro, though. I don't know if he went for a squishy or not, but he came out of net, had the epic save come through. Kinkoku with a touch over 1. Looking for the backboard read. No double going to come out here. Should be Postman. Gets beat up by Gala. Dinosaurs. Last man back here. Gala going to look for a pass mid. Streetsoul's going to be there. The shot coming through. Kinkoku with the save. Good save there from Wyverns now. Looking for a counter-attack opportunity. Kinkoku's touch, though, is behind him. Just has to pop that ball up high. Gala with the beat, straight down, Postman, awkward on the backboard still. Able to make the clear, and a great clear it is there. So Nobro here with 0 boost, just has to hit that one off his own sidewall. Now Gala with a great challenge in the midfield once again. And this Faded team, they love challenging the midfield, and they're getting really good challenges in the midfield. Postman with a nice fade. Maybe he was too much, but Gala doesn't make the shot happen. And a great challenge here. 1.5 remaining. Dinosaurs and no boost. Streetsoul maybe looking to put away 1 more. So much pressure here for Faded, but no goal to speak of. It is still 1-1 here, Chunk. And once again, it looks like these defensive had locked in. Postman maybe proving me wrong. The shot not good enough, though. And these defenses, like I said, they're just too locked in. They're not letting anything through.
Yeah, these defensive have stood strong the last couple minutes. They have not allowed a whole lot of shots on the other side.
Oh, no.
And so we had one go just high, and Dinosaurs will have to race back. But we've seen a whole lot of good defense, kind of more awkward on the side of Wyverns, as they've been enduring prolonged attacks, but they have been getting some solid looks in the last couple seconds, and I'm curious what they can do to conjure up an attack to kind of set them up to not have to reverse sweep, as they are down in one crucial game in that Gable 1 struggle they had.
Yeah, and how it might be another 1-goal game. And this is what Faded did last series, if I'm not mistaken, as a ball rains off the corner of the post, but Dinosaurs had the read and had the save. Postman a little bump as well. And if that's how you get your goal, that's how you'll take your goal here. And a 1-goal lead, 15 seconds left here, Chunk. We have to get a kickoff goal, it feels like, coming out here from Faded if they want to keep the series lead. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to be having a 1-1 series tie going into a best-of-3. Postman off the ceiling with a good challenge. No, bro, able to get the beat on one. Gala is going to get the beat on Koku, and there it is! Tied game! Koku, you're the last man. You cannot be making a challenge like that whenever you are 1 goal up. But Gala called his bluff and went for it anyway. A huge goal there, Chunk, and that's right there is a overtime waiting to happen.
Yeah, we saw Faded and really get some incredible comebacks there, down 2 goals in 2 of their separate games on Wednesday when they got the sweeps, and they have now got another little comeback. It looked improbable with 15 seconds left, but Gala able to make a little magic happen, and they could have another sweep here just based off a little bit of momentum they got off that goal.
We'll see if it can come through. Postman with a nice touch, but Nobro had that one answered. Nobro now with a nice Hunter boost spawn for him. That ball off the backboard. Nobro's double touch coming down from the heavens, making that one a game set, and next one will be match. Nobro here with the shot of the series.
Yeah, that was incredible. That's probably one of the best shots I've seen a prospect hit. Just incredible placement, caught Dinosaurs off guard. I feel like it would catch everyone off guard with how well he kind of played that there in overtime. And incredible comeback for them. What seemed like Wyverns had a win got pulled away from them, and Nobro with incredible participation all around, saving, putting up 2 goals, even getting an assist. Anything to really will his team to get this win to set them up for a sweep here as we go into Game 3.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just super impressed with the way Nobro's been playing. I know Street Soul, I know Gala, I know those 2 players are talented. Street Soul, more known for his demos. Gala, I mean, we've seen him in the air. He can be threatening, but this, Nobro, he has been stepping up this series. We'll see if that can continue here in Game 3. Now it looks like Street Soul wants a piece of the action. Instead, it's going to be Gala here, going for the double touch. That one's going to be dropping towards the midfield. Nobro wasn't quite ready for a pass that great. Instead, it's going to be Street Soul having to make a save on the back end. Gala's 50, not a good one. That ball bouncing high for Dinosaurs. Nobro was up in the air. Postman trying to get a little bit of control here. Maybe looking for one more touch. Nobro not able to get the touch. King Koku, 100 boost, just pops that ball high. No boost on the side of Faded here. Wyverns have to make this goal count, or this opportunity count, as it does turn into a goal, as Dinosaurs is able to put that one away. Top shelf, what a great shot here from Dinosaurs.
A great bump from Postman, kind of put the guy who's rotating in out of play, and really great shot placement as well from Dinosaurs. 2 were still in net, but able to make the most out of that opportunity, like you said, and it was going to be a dangerous counterattack if they didn't, as they need this goal, but they can't allow to kind of play risky like they did last game. They had the lead, but this Faded team is known for making those comebacks, and you do not want to let them employ their tactics that they have been using.
Yeah, and being down 1-0 may be even better for this Faded team than being tied 0-0. As Nobro with a great touch there, looking for the 50 on Dinosaurs as well. Street Soul not going to try on this one. It's going to be Postman banging that ball down towards Street Soul in the corner. Street Soul going to leave that one tactically as he lets Gala take control of it. Street Soul now. One touch off the sidewall. Maybe looking for one more here. It's going to be Nobro, though, getting the beat. No double coming through. A great touch there from Koku as there was a flying Gala looking for the shot. Now Postman looking for some boost, not going to have any in his tank. Dinosaurs with a great pop here. This third man that Dinosaurs has been playing has been beautiful. And the double touch off the backboard, the follow-up, the squishy save almost comes through for Street Soul, just off the mark though. It was a great pass from Dino, a great shot from Koku. The save would have been beautiful from Street Soul, just not able to make it happen.
Yeah, it kind of looked like there in the replay that Gala and Nobra kind of got in the way of each other. It looked like one of them may kind of touched it at the end. Just a kind of miscommunication that we haven't really seen ever since game 1 in the heavy defensive battle. And I'm curious to see if they can kind of benefit off these mistakes. Even though they are rare, we kind of want to make them uncomfortable if you are Wyverns here, just so they can't find the poise that they've shown in the first 2 games and then the first 3 they had on Wednesday.
So far, though, it has been all Wyverns this game. Dinosaurs has been the biggest playmaker, and obviously he had that great shot as well. He's been the third man. He lets Postman and King Koku do their thing, and then he's the one that follows up well. Now it's going to be Nobro on the ball here, trying to get a beat, but Dinosaurs is there once again, continuing this pressure here. Now it's going to be Postman's turn, popping that ball way up high. That ball's going to be falling straight down. Postman's read is good, and the bump from Dinosaurs just as good as well. A 3-0 lead here for the Wyverns, and they are looking very comfortable here to start a potential reverse sweep.
Yeah, as Dino was kissing him in the net, Postman able to read his own double and set them up for a big lead here, but no leads are safe. They need to keep the pressure on from what we've seen and find ways to stop the comeback as they find a post here. They will find those opportunities in the game. Wyverns need to find ways to stop them. They need answers here in this game 3.
Yeah, Faded already looking to strike once again here as Street Soul. I'm going to be up. Not a lot of boost here for Postman. Street Soul shot. Perfect top left corner. And the boost starving from Postman. He got demoed. Just had no boost to work with. And Street Soul shot just good enough here, Chunk. A 3-0 lead. That's just perfect recipe here. If you are Faded, this is where they like to be. Can they make another improbable comeback? We'll have to see as Street Soul is going to get us started here. No shot going to be coming off of that touch, but Postman's touch not great here. No bro, able to get the beat. King Koku, though, in net. Able to get the long clear. Gala, we are long gone. That ball is just rolling into the back of the nets. And King Koku, he said thank you very much.
Yeah, it seems like Dino was up here, able to send Gala into orbit as King Koku's long clear will find the net and kind of stop the comeback potential, as 3 goals is a very steep margin even for this Faded team. But there's still plenty of time in this game.
3 goals is a lot, especially after you've already scored one. You thought you had the momentum. Instead, they answered with one right back. And now it's going to be Nobro again, looking for, another masterful performance. We'll see if he can pull one out. Postman able to get the touch and the reset. Street Soul just diving, trying to make any kind of 50 happen. Any 50 works here. Dinosaurs, he said, okay, my shot will work too. Nobro says, maybe next time, buddy. That's a great touch, though, from Street Soul. Postman had a great pass. Street Soul's touch off the backward was just as good, though. Street Soul able to grab some boost, but that takes the boost away from Nobro, who now, with 0 boost, still able to make a great play. Gala not able to be there. Street Soul shot going to go high, and now the counterattack is on. Gala with the bump, Dinosaurs with the ball in the air. Dinosaurs not a lot of boost still, making a great 50 here. As King Koku, Street Soul is going to almost own goal there. King Koku now takes control of the ball. That one off of their own quarter of the post. And with 40 seconds remaining, clock winding down, this is a all or nothing. You got to score in the next 5 seconds, it feels like, if you want a chance at this game. Nobro pops up all up high for Gala, but the Wyverns defense holds on strong here, and Wyverns now start to cement themselves, a little bit into this series. They maybe have woken up. A great save there from Nobro, but too little too late. It feels like the offense from Wyverns really woke up this game, Chunk, and Faded just didn't have a whole lot of answers for it.
Yeah, a phrase I really like to think of is there's nothing scarier than someone with nothing to lose, and this Wyverns team kind of on that last life, able to find what they've been doing so well this season as it will ring off the crossbar and almost be in to put the game a little closer than it actually was, but this Wyverns team able to find their stride to keep their chances alive here, and it kind of looked like a scary game for Faded as they had no answers for these kind of positioning passing plays from Dinosaurs being that third and King Koku and Postman being able to make great solo plays that he can just clean up.
Yeah, and I do think that the individual play from the Wyverns really did step up. Dinosaurs, I think, that's like you said, the positioning as a third man, and Street Soul, obviously with the kickoff goal. That's what we like to see here in Forbidden Temple. This one is just a perfect kickoff goal. Postman just doesn't get a touch, I guess. Yeah, he just misses, and Street Soul puts that one away. Easy 2-second goal here, Chunkin. Now we will see if, because I believe Wyverns have gone up first, like almost every game. Let's see if the Wyverns can come back from a deficit, like this Faded team is known to do. It's gonna be tough though, and already obviously being down 1-0, this is match point for you. The nerves are on here, Chunk. Do you think they have what it takes here on Forbidden Temple to do it, or do you think that this is where we see Faded go ahead and take this series?
I think this is where we see if they can kind of repeat what they had going in that game 3, if they can replicate kind of what they're able to do, or if Faded can find an answer to shut it down. The kickoff goal kind of sets them farther back from the goal. It kind of makes it further to reach. They're going to have to play as well as they did last game, plus that goal, which will be incredibly hard, but with how they played last game, they kind of had room for one goal.
Right, now can they get that offense going once again is the real question, as Dinosaurs is able to make the save. Their defense has been pretty solid all series. Faded faltered in the last game and has had also very solid defense. And obviously, we've seen a couple games just decided by one goal, as Koku's touch was down to Dino, but Dino's touch not a great one. Street Soul wasn't able to get contact, but Nobro was able to put that one on King Koku's head. That ball is going to be pinched out. Gala has to keep that ball in play here. Buy some time for his teammates to get some boost. Instead, Dino going to have one touch. Street Soul gets the bump on him, but now it's just Nobro back. He doesn't have a whole lot of boost to work with. Luckily, able to grab that one and the touch on the ball. King Koku looking for a pass. Now it's a pass down to Dino, but it's going to be read by Gala beautifully. Street Soul dribbling Postman here and getting the clear as well. Gala now, maybe looking for a 50. That's a beautiful one. Now the ball is going to fall straight down. Street Soul had the recon flying in. 2-0 lead, and Faded looking to take this game 4 and take the series.
Yeah, Street Soul stepping up, being that X factor. He had the kickoff goal, and now he'll have this goal to kind of expand the lead. Incredible awareness to find where it goes down, and Wyverns need to find an answer quick. We saw some passing opportunities, but Faded defense looks like they've been able to shut it down and stay on offense, which really is not what Wyverns had to deal with last game. This is kind of foreign territory for them, so they'll have to kind of find a way to get off their own half and find their own answers as one rattles off. Both bars not able to score there, as we're still in the deficit here. But
yeah, and it could have been more. Postman, you're gonna maybe have it more now as Street Soul putting the team on his back and putting an absolute clanger off the pass from Dinosaurs. Dino wanted Postman to be there, but maybe he wanted King Koku to cut. But either way, if that's not communicated, it is just a free counterattack every time. And with half the game remaining, it's going to be a tough one to come back from. And with one game between you being in the play-in and you being sent home, this is a tough look as one more goal comes here from Street Soul. A 4-goal performance here in Game 4 and an absolute dominant performance here for Faded.
Yeah, Street Soul got that Wendy's 4 for 4 right now. He is having himself a legacy game, and he has been incredible when they needed him to step up the most. Known for demoing, but this game, it may look like he's known for hitting double taps in the predictions and where the ball is. He has been incredible to kind of almost set the series apart, as Wyverns are going to have to put some desperation to work on their own side.
Now it's just, does the desperation work, or do they just let in 3 more goals because they're sitting everything but the kitchen sink? Either way, if this game ends 4-0, I'll be disappointed, because I need to see Wyverns throw everything they can, including an open net miss. That one would have been huge for Koku. Instead, Faded. Keep the clean sheet here. Dino. Touch off the backboard, and King Koku was flying in a year ago. Postman has the shot. Street Soul has the save. Gala no boost. Gala does not care. King Koku doesn't care either. He's going to get a touch there. Postman off the backboard. No, bro, not a lot of boost. So we're still able to get the touch. Beautifully done. Street Soul with a beautiful fake. Street Soul loses that 50 hard, though. Gala has to get the clear. King Koku looking to continue the pressure. That's a great bounce. That ball bouncing in. Snow Bro not letting it happen. The touch there. Not a great Postman. End up playing that one off the backboard. Street Soul's going to be there, getting that ball cleared all the way out. Wyverns have tried so much, and maybe they overcommitted just too much. King Koku able to make the save. Postman off the sidewall. Postman gets 50'd out hard. Street Soul, you don't have this rate, do you? Street Soul putting up another one. A great pass there, but the Street Soul read, the Street Soul dunk, it is inevitable.
Yeah, he didn't even get the shot there. He's now 5 for 4 from shooting. He's got himself a little goal steal off a 50 or an own goal. As Street Soul has a high opportunity to drop 1,000 points this game. That's just how impactful he's been, both on offense, but we've seen him get 3 saves as well on defenses. A great little play comes from Wyverns, but do they have 4 goals in 30 seconds in them, Flip?
Man, that's so weird. They took their time. They were able to score a goal. I haven't seen them take their time all game long, it feels like. Now, to be fair, I do think that Gala and Street Soul and No Bro are really forcing them to make a play happen. They can't just take their time like that. They are going for a fake kickoff, though. That one was on purpose. Dinosaur is able to get the beat on one. King Koku, you have a net to shoot on. And King Koku, you're not hitting that ball, apparently. It's Street Soul now. Maybe taking their time a little bit. A little 50, but Dinosaur's going to win that 50 hard. King Koku, you just got to get that one on net. That one is just summing up this series, it feels like, for the Wyverns. So close, yet so far. Not any boost to get that last touch. Gala able to make a nice 50 there. Street Soul, why not? Give him 6. The double hat trick coming out. Gala's 50 was great. Street Soul just knew it would be there. And 1,000 points dropped in Game 4, sending your team to the playoffs. That's what you want to see if you are Faded. A huge, huge win here, and another 10th seed going through. Shunk, that's the 3rd team, where it's been the team from the lower bracket that wins is the one to make it through. So I do think that the lower bracket teams, they had that momentum, and Faded, well, they got a lot of momentum here because they got Street Soul on their back carrying with 6 goals, man. That is just insane here in the playoff clincher for Faded.
Yeah, incredible 1,111 points for Street Soul. He ends with 1-1-1-1 as a Faded. Looked really dominant. It looked like they minimized mistakes. It looked like they played how they wanted to play. The Game 3 just kind of caught them off guard, I feel like, as they were able to kind of switch it up and play their own game, not allow Wyverns to get any opportunities, or when they did have opportunities, like you said, they kind of made them rush, kind of made them panic, and you can't afford to panic when you need to hit open nets or hit hard shots. It's just incredibly hard to do, especially at a lower rank compared to some of these higher leagues we see in Nemesis. And I think that incredible play is it's really good. I'm gonna be curious on how to see they will stack up against the Rooks, though, as they are that 8 seed now in that playoffs, and Rooks have looked incredible. But we saw some incredible Street Soul magic here in the Game 4.
Yeah, and you're playing a speed demon. Anything is possible, but we'll have to wait till next week to see those matches play out. For now, we got to go to a quick break here, and then we have, I believe, one final match, and that is all that's left here. One final match, and it's going to be the Rival League, where Galaxy is going to take on Distortion. We'll be right back after a short break. We'll see you then. Deuces.
He puts it in! 0 seconds remaining! He seems to be playing hard for it. Oh my goodness! What is this? Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato! Scott! Oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through! He's gonna get the shot! He's gonna put it in! Back to back!
Backward, can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net!
High off the backboard here. Opportunity! Here comes the shot!
Is this serious? No, hold on. Surely this can. Oh my lord!
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Palpatine on the goal line. He did nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible. The 4-time champions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the play-in comes to an end. We are at our final match of the play-in here. Joining me in the booth is the one and only Ventus. Ventus, man, how are you doing? Are you ready to see Galaxy versus Distortion, our final matchup, and of course in the best league, the Rival League?
You know, I've seen a lot of crazy matches tonight. I've seen the 10 seed win every single time. I wonder if the 10 seed will continue and be able to use that momentum that they won in that first play-in match and bring it to their second one, because obviously Galaxy lost their first play-in match and dropped down, and Distortion won their first play-in match. So it's a lot of like momentum versus like needing to bounce back. And I mean, it seems so far momentum is king. I mean, unfortunately for a lot of these teams, not saying Galaxy is not going to be able to win. I know you absolutely hope iTrots is able to make the playoffs, but it just seems to be the trend this way, and maybe that's just how the script works.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I'm actually not. I don't want him to make playoffs. He can't play me anymore because let's be honest. Let's be honest here, Ventus. There is a huge, giant elephant in the room, and that's that team that they're gonna play. Doesn't matter who wins this one. It's about who they play next, and the next team that they play is the 18-0 Gravelords. So it's gonna be a tough one. Whoever wins the series, but hey, that's for future them to worry about. Right now, they got to worry about the opponent in front of them. And man, we got some good players on this team of Distortion. This Distortion team is good. Sprinkle, Kaysen, and Arc B Ball 22. This is, in my opinion, a very underrated roster. Maybe they finally got things working. Sprinkle suffered earlier in the season here, Ventus, but so far in this play-ins, he's been cooking. And gets a nice pass here over to Kaysen. And Kaysen, on a different team other than the Bearcats, doesn't look right, but he feels right at home here with Sprinkle.
I know this always happens to Kaysen specifically. I know him very well. I know he kind of slacks off a little bit during the regular season. He stops playing the game as much, but then when the regular season comes to an end, he starts playing the game more. I've seen him on the game every single day this past week, and I know he's been putting in that time. So I'm hoping that translate into their series tonight, because I think that they are going to need it with a great pass there from DJD, and iTrots absolutely slamming that one into the back of the net, getting the beat on Kaysen as well, who I was just talking about. Really close to making the save, but I mean perfectly placed in the corner. Galaxy Distortion, it's going to be a very close match.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one all the way through. I'm going to go ahead and take Distortion in a sweep because it's going to be that close. I do think Galaxy will win a couple games, but I just don't see it happening. I think it's going to happen, and then I'm like, how are they going to score? And this is how they score, apparently. I don't know what Distortion's doing, but hey, Galaxy's going to take this one for free. iTrots is going to take the assist. DDD going to put that one in the back of the net. Just bad touch there from Sprinkle. Backwards on the backboard. Somebody stop Sprinkle from twerking on the backboard, please, as Galaxy going to go ahead and go up 2-1 here.
Yeah, and I might not fully agree that it's going to be a sweep. I kind of am biased, and I really am hoping Kaysen's able to make the playoffs once again after playing with him for multiple seasons previously. And so I might be biased and say Distortion is going to take this one, but I do think it's going to be a very close series. I think that Galaxy is going to make them work. They're going to push to a Game 5, and it might be crazy, but I think we are bound to see not only a couple overtimes, but I could see a Game 5 overtime in our midst.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough. This Galaxy defense does like to lock in, especially Dalen as that third man. A lot of the times, he is the one saving a lot of these balls, but it's going to be DJG and iTrots so far on the offense. Dalen trying to get going there. As now it's going to be Arc B-Ball getting the 50. It's Kaysen bangs that one off the backboard. DJD able to get the touch. Sprinkle, he's in the air. Getting a nice touch way up high. iTrots able to meet him. Arc B-Ball now. A little bit of time. Bangs that one towards Kaysen, but DJD had that ball red. Had barely enough boost to get it as well. iTrots looking for the counter attack. No boost to work with, so it's going to be Dalen putting that ball mid. Arc B-Ball now. A lot of control. No flip coming through. No demo either. Just pops that ball. Maybe DJD's going to get the beat though. Sprinkle was also up for it. Arc going to go for this one once again. Off the ceiling. Able to get a touch past one. Maybe looking for the double. Dalen has that ball way up high. No follow-up touch. Casey going to drop that ball down. Sprinkle a little too far back for that pass. Galaxy, it feels like, has kind of settled into their defense. They look very solid, and it feels like a lot of these Distortion touches, they're not being able to be followed up by one another. There seems to be, I don't know if it's miscommunication, but it's going to be almost an open net. DJD avoided the bump from Kaysen, but that right there, maybe a pass from Sprinkle to Arc would have been better. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like Distortion not working together as a team nearly as well as Galaxy is.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that perfectly. I mean, that's a great passage. Maybe we'll just bite our own tongues there and, just take that one on the chin as we cast across very poorly there. But I think that Distortion has kind of forced a lot of not great shot opportunities. I think that they have kind of put on a couple really weak shots just to get the ball on target. We see that they already have 7 shots, but really none of them have been that threatening. That pass from Sprinkle to gain that last shot there was absolutely beautiful as well, because it got around that last defender.
Oh.
And a Phil's backflip completely undoes all of that. As Kaysen not able to get that touch is, pretty unfortunate. Obviously, looking and kind of backflipping. Definitely should have had that one. Maybe the nerves, but Kaysen's been in the playoffs time and time again. He's a Nemesis veteran, so I shouldn't really expect the nerves to really get to him in this. But yeah, I mean, Distortion really kind of forcing shots early on. I'm hoping that they're going to be able to look to find each other later into the series, but it seems like for now they're just fine with testing the net, kind of adding on more pressure and trying to just steal some boost. And Galaxy's perfectly okay with playing that same exact way. They're waiting to just play defense, get the clear, take the saves on the free easy shots and turn it into counterattacks. And it's worked out pretty well for them, as we almost saw another counterattack happen off that demo on Sprinkle in the midfield.
Yeah, and it's been DJD getting a lot of these good midfield touches, and they're always over towards his teammate, Trotz, in the midfield every time. As Dalen doesn't get a touch there, DJD did not want to commit to Trotz. Last man back, has to save the shot from Sprinkle, and he does so beautifully off his own backboard, though, as that shot from Kaysen going to go wide. Sprinkle looking for the follow-up challenge as DJD going to get dunked out. That ball now looking for Arc towards the midfield, towards Kaysen. Kaysen a little too close, and Arc's pass just not on the mark. Dalen now with a flick over one, but Sprinkle's going to be there. A great 50 there from Dalen, though. Maybe looking for one more touch as DJD going to be on top of that one. That ball, though, going to be missed by Kaysen. Arc has to get a pop way up high. Has some boost to follow it. Trotz with 0 boost, just kind of floating there. Able to get the 50, but Kaysen able to get the ball cleared. Less than a minute remaining here. Dalen's touch, not a great one. Sprinkle tries to continue the pressure, but it's going to be Trotz getting a nice clear here. Maybe a follow-up touch as well. 0 boost, but Sprinkle has to get a long clear himself. Double touch coming through from Sprinkle here as DJD gets beat out on that one. That ball off the backboard. Sprinkle looking for the demo on Trotz. Kaysen has a shooting opportunity. Puts that ball lofted on net. DJD saved, not a great one, but Dalen able to get up there and get the follow-up 50. This Galaxy team following each other's touches very well, especially on the defensive end. Now Kaysen looking for a pass. Arc gonna leave that one for Sprinkle. Sprinkle off the corner. Dalen able to get the touch. Kaysen now gets dunked out by Dalen once again. Huge play there from Dalen, who has been on the defensive end basically this whole time. It has been not him. It is DDD and Trotz on the offensive side. Dalen, the defensive man, once again making a great save there. Sprinkle shot. He waits for the bounce. If he kept that one alive, had an opportunity at it, but instead, Galaxy going to take game 1 here. Ruined my prediction, but Galaxy, they're going to take that one, in good faith. They had a lot of good opportunities, I think, off the back of really good passes from DJD in the midfield. Dalen on the defensive end as well, but Distortion, just too many little mistakes, it felt like.
Yeah, and I think Galaxy just did really well to cut off a lot of the passes when they went for them in the midfield. It seems like Dalen was always there, DJD was always there, making cuts in the rotation, playing kind of that midfield force and allowing them to get free saves or pushing shots to be not as good as they should be or could be from this Distortion squad. And overall, just playing really well off each other. I know you talked about it a little bit earlier. And they're just able to follow up. You talked about how DJD was getting cuts in the midfield, and it seemed to be going to his teammates as well, allowing quicker counterattacks, more possession collection from this Galaxy squad. And it seems like they're just playing a very conservative Rocket League. They're allowing Distortion to basically be in their half for a majority of the time, but it's not like they're ever threatened. They're playing very composed and very together. They're playing good forces for each other. As you saw, a good force from DJD there to force the touch out so that Dalen could get the follow-up and get a beat to keep it in Distortion's half. And that's been the tale of this Galaxy team. They look very different from what we saw from them in the previous matchup that they lost in the play-ins, and they look a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, look a lot more composed, as I somehow have been disconnected from the game, but I'll be right back, so don't worry about it. But so far, like you said, I feel like this Galaxy team has been a lot more together and a lot more combined, like especially in the offensive end. It used to be I felt like Trotz had to make a great solo play or an insane 50 had to come out from DJD, but this time it looks like they're finding each other a lot better, as now DJD looking for the counterattack as Sprinkle with a nice 50 there. Arc is going to be up. Arc with a great 50. Kaysen, he's going to be up. But Dalen from the top ropes had a flip reset off that one. And Sprinkle, once again, looking for an opportunity. That ball bouncing straight down. But DJD taking a great 50. Arc rushing in. Trotz able to make the save. Can he get the follow? No. Sprinkle going to be there. 0 boost to work with, though. So DJD gets it right past him. Kaysen, a lot of boost, a lot of time. Bangs that one high. Trotz getting that save off his own backboard. Arc ball gonna be there for the pass down to Sprinkle, and I think Trots became a little parking meter there for Dalen, and Dalen just could not get out of, Trots could not get out of Dalen's way.
Yeah, and I mean, not a great touch by Trots. Very low boost, though. I mean, you have to basically be perfect with that. Dalen obviously kind of bumping Trots. And, I mean, a great pass there from Arc B-Ball to Sprinkle. Good follow-up. They finally were able to break down the defense, and it really came from just a mistouch from Galaxy. I won't say Distortion didn't earn that goal, but it was definitely off of a couple mistakes there from Galaxy, specifically iTrots. Not that I want to, mess with him more than he deserves. But iTrots, the miss to the backboard and then kind of falling into the midfield, get kind of forcing his way into the middle of his teammate. Dalen definitely could have avoided him, but even still a good pass, but doesn't matter. iTrot's completely redeeming himself. A great touch double off the ceiling, and he's going to put them back tied 1-1 with about half the game left to go.
Man, that is just the best goal explosion, shot I have ever seen coming out of Trots. No, but seriously, Trots with a great shot there, off the ceiling, into the double. This man wants to play Grave Lords. He wanted to play me in the first round, but heck, he wants to ruin the perfect season for Grave Lords, and somebody's got to do it. And I have a feeling this Galaxy team, I just wanted enough. They played just weird enough where I could see it happening. Sprinkle, though, over to Kaysen. The team play is so clean there that time. Not going to go in, but it's going to be Arc B-Ball getting that pass received from Kaysen. Kaysen getting a little bump into Arc B-Ball. DJD doesn't know what's going on, but he says, I'll take the clear. I'll take the pass mid. Jalen says, I'll take the shot. No, it's a pass. One more. Trots put it away. I'm a liar. Trots couldn't hit the broadside of a barn on that one as the post rings true. Dalen now, no touch coming through. DJT, zero boost to work with, still able to make the save. 1-1 here. Arc with a nice touch, but it's going to be Dalen taking control. Dalen getting a beat around one, getting a beat around another. Nice control here. Sprinkle. He's in no man's land, but he gets the save. Epic save. DJD shot. And it could go anywhere, but right there. But Sprinkle says thank you very much. Dalen up in the air. The only one up. Looking for the double down mid. Kaysen and Sprinkle double commit. Not the best touch, but Arc B-Ball is going to be the only one up in the air. DJD able to make the save. Towards his own corner. Doesn't grab the 100, but still has plenty of boost to work with. Maybe one more touch. No, Kaysen's going to be in the midfield. Arc B-Ball going to get in the 50 as well. Sprinkle going to read that fake. Sprinkle looking for the double. The double not going to come through. And now Kaysen looking for the follow. Not going to get it past Trots. And the defense once again coming through here. Trots 50 not going to be great. And Ventus with a minute remaining. It seems like both these teams have had opportunities, but the defense, there's always one or two players back ready for the shot every time. So I don't know who's going to break through, but it looks like we might have that overtime that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I think that Distortion, once again, they're still forcing a lot of shots that don't have the best outcomes. I think it's really come down to Kaysen. I feel like he hasn't really been as threatening as I wanted him to be coming into this postseason. I think that he is a phenomenal player and very mechanical when he wants to be, but he hasn't really shown any of those solo plays, any of those mechanics that he's very good at. And he's kind of just playing speed and trying to play beats on ball and just bang the ball away. It hasn't really worked out for him. It might need a kind of like code switch where he needs to talk with his team and understand to take more possession, but that was almost a great play there. And clock ticking down with the last 5 seconds. Looks like we are going to have this overtime unless something drastic happens. The pass from iTrots, the shot from DJD is actually going to be a fake, and the ball drops. We have my coveted overtime, game number 2, much anticipated, and I mean, I hope it's a good one. As I say that, okay. I thought we were going to have a really short one, but it looks like we survived the kickoff.
Yeah, survived the kickoff. Survived the first attack as well. So looks like maybe a long overtime in store. I don't know. We'll have to see as a demo did come out, but it's going to be DJG's awkward touch. It's going to be a Sprinkle on a wide open net, and Distortion are going to take that one for all it's worth, and it's worth a whole game here as DJG's touch is not what he was looking for. I think Trots thought maybe it was a backflip, maybe there was a better touch coming out towards the midfield. Trots turned upfield, but Distortion going to say thank you very much, and we'll take that one to tie series 1-1 here, Ventus. And it's that 10 seed, man. They're always hunting. They're always lurking. It's been 7 versus 10 seed, and I just realized that it's been 7 versus 10 seed every single time today. 10 seed has won every single time today. It's going to happen again, but it's just a matter of time. Galaxy, though, they performed well, and I think they had, honestly, a pretty solid showing. I just think they weren't nearly as threatening with their infield passes this time.
Yeah, honestly, if you take this game and told me that Galaxy was the better team, I would believe you. I didn't think that Distortion did anything great in particular. I feel like they had a lot of double commits. They were playing very sloppy, especially on offense. Well, especially on defense, but they made a lot of mistakes on offense, allowing free saves to come out, free clears to come out. And, I mean, they were just able to steal the game away off of that big mistake from DJD. So, overall, I mean, I think that Galaxy played very well. That one crucial mistake in the overtime definitely did not do well. And then the other goal that they gave up was that mistouch from Trotz onto the backboard that allowed a free passing play to come out. So, overall, I mean, I think that Galaxy as a whole played very clean, except they had those two massive mistakes. So, if they can just cut down a little bit on those, maybe make them not as glaring. But as I say that, Dalen, a little bit of a missed touch there. Not really able to connect to the ball, and that might be dangerous. It's a great skim from Kaysen. Beautiful play there from the guy as Kaysen, I mean, puts them ahead 1-0, and that is definitely an earned goal for Distortion.
That's what I like to see. You know, Kaysen, I feel like has been downfield a lot, trying to make a lot of plays happen, just not quite able to. Finally, a touch there from Arc, able to set him up just perfectly for that skim. As Sprinkle, with a nice touch off his own backboard, but it's going to be Dalen trying to put a powerful shot on. That one's going to hit off his own, off the backboard, off of Arc's save. And Kaysen's going to have a long clear for Sprinkle. Sprinkle with one extra touch. Maybe looking for the follow-up pop, and it's just in. The counterattack from Distortion this time was just absolutely perfect. Sprinkle with just two great touches here on basically zero boost.
Yeah, I mean, he basically did it all on his own. I mean, he got two great beats. He put Distortion on his back there. Distortion looked a little bit panicky. I mean, there were two triple commits in a row from Distortion, but luckily for them, there was no follow-up from Galaxy. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have the they didn't hold space enough, even though there was so much players from this Distortion roster in their own net, and they're troubling and tripling and panicking. They weren't really playing very aggressive. They weren't forcing and taking boost and making sure and getting bumps, like, to ensure that they could stay up and not have to worry about any counterattack, and it allowed Distortion to break out. It allowed them to maintain possession, and Sprinkle did the most with it. Is, you know, he's been able to get a lot of these clears, a lot of these plays, and be kind of the guy. But as I say that, a shot attempt coming out from Trotz trying to be the guy as well. But Distortion, a lot better of a series so far. Even though they were able to take game number 2, I didn't know if they necessarily earned it. But they are definitely proving me otherwise here in game number 3.
Game number 3 has been all Distortion. It feels like every touch, it feels like it's just a better touch for them. And like Galaxy just not able to get the touch that they want, it feels like. Arc B-Ball with a nice touch there. DJD able to get the beat on him, but no boost left to work with Kaysen with one follow. But it's going to be now a pass back over to Sprinkle. Sprinkle towards the corner. DJD with one touch, and Sprinkle getting the follow-up, but Arc is going to be in the corner. Playing the 50, Dalen wins that 50 out, though. Wins that 50 on Kaysen as well, just trying to play a little bit of control, but that pinch is going to be perfect. That ball bouncing way up high. Arc B-Ball, not a lot of boost to work with, still can put a shot on target. That one in the bottom right corner where DJD was waiting. Sprinkle, one touch. Kaysen's going to get the follow. Kaysen towards the backboard. Kaysen's double, not going to be there. Sprinkle puts it away. The 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4th touch finally puts that one away. Sprinkle getting the goal. Kaysen getting the assist, but man, it's just a 1-2 passing play there, and that's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, absolutely picking apart the defense. A great play, and I talked about wanting Kaysen to step up. He had that great shot earlier in this game. He had another great pass as well to Sprinkle. Definitely stepped up on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, Distortion still a little bit lackluster on defense, still panicking and double committing frequently. But if they're able to generate a lot better offense, their quality of offense is much better as well. This Distortion team becomes that much more dangerous, and Galaxy has been kind of just holding on. They haven't really had many long periods of offense onto the Distortion field, but man, Kaysen already still kind of picking up where he left off. Not a great touch, a miss from Dalen, an open net. He's able to get in a freebie, and man, Galaxy not looking too hot right now. They've started to make more and more mistakes. We saw the 2 that were the reason Distortion won in game number 2, and now they're just making more and more. It seems like it's starting to have a slide effect where they're just spiraling out of control, and this might be the end for Galaxy. But maybe I should just stop talking.
Yeah, sometimes Ventus shutting up is just good, like he just a really great caster cursing time. Like I feel like that's what we are best at, is caster cursing. As Ventus, that time it's gonna be all you. That's the only reason that Galaxy scored that one. So maybe you make a couple more of those. We'll see a comeback here of epic proportions. But it's going to have to start with Arc B-Ball missing this shot. Oh, and it's just ringing off the crossbar there. Kaysen looking for the follow, then flip reset double coming through. I don't know if he got the flip reset or not. I was on just Trust Camp for some reason. He's my favorite player of all time, apparently. But Kaysen, man, he did get the reset, but he was going for it. It's just a great double touch though from Kaysen. And a 5-1 lead here, an absolute dominant performance from Distortion after kind of a battle. It felt like for these past 2 games, Distortion showing why that I think they're just a more talented roster.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with they have a higher ceiling, and it's really up to Galaxy just to play more as a team. We talked about how they were so able to play off of each other, and they made good challenges for each other. They didn't really make many mistakes. They held on defense in game number 1, and it's kind of gone by the wayside as they've kind of just started to double commit, started to panic. Their touches aren't nearly as clean or as good, and it's just allowing Distortion to shine. And when your team that's supposed to have a high floor isn't having a high floor, and it's really dangerous, and that's what Galaxy really needs to regain their form of game 1. Otherwise, I mean, Distortion is just going to run away with this game, and I'm hoping this is my caster curse moment, that it's going to, Galaxy was going to score for my caster curse, but, man, Distortion they just look too good right now.
Yeah, they are just popping off on all cylinders, it feels like. And a great touch there from Sprinkle down to Kaysen. Kaysen touch, going off the backboard, couldn't get the follow. Arch touch, not going to be what he was looking for either. But no real punishment, it feels like, coming out from this Galaxy team. And just going into this last game, going into this game 4, it's going to be tough to see Galaxy pulling it away. Obviously, a good shot there from Dalen, an epic save coming out from Arch. But at the same time, this is how it was against Lightspeed, like almost the exact same game script. They won game 1, and I wouldn't say dominant fashion. I think Galaxy, like Lightspeed and Galaxy, was back and forth in their series, and then Galaxy lost game 2 in a close one. Then they lost game 3 in a tough one, and a very ugly one. And then they won game 4 and then lost game 5. I'm not saying the script is already written, it's already been read, and it's already been shown. But if this game 4 goes how I think it's gonna go, let's just say somebody needs to do some investigation.
We might have replicated the script for these 2 matches. That's on management. I won't say what if we tweaked anything at the end of the script, but you'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, Forbidden Temple, anything can happen. Galaxy obviously looking to come back and make some changes and be a little bit more cohesive as a unit. Obviously, Distortion looking to just continue what they were doing. They started to make some really good passes, specifically from Sprinkle to Kaysen, and it allowed a lot of space for Kaysen to actually utilize on and off the ball, able to get some great double taps, great plays, a double tap back to Sprinkle as well. And it seems like they seem to have found their cohesion between those 2, and we'll see if Arc B-Ball can kind of join them, or if he just is going to sit back as that 3rd man and just let Sprinkle and Kaysen do the heavy lifting, because it seems like those 2 on offense have been the difference makers so far in the series.
Yeah, and on the other side, Trots is who you're looking to really step up, as well as DJD, as Arc B-Ball's touch, you can go over Sprinkle's head, able to get another touch on it, though. No follow double touch, though, as Danglin's going to get a nice touch and a demo. Sprinkle has to play that to his own corner. Arc B-Ball, a little bit of time. Here gets a nice fake on Trots, trying to get a good 50 on DJD, not able to get the follow. Sprinkle with 1 touch, looking for the follow-up, and he gets a nice pop. Trots now has an option, but didn't want to play too risky of a pass. Arc B-Ball was waiting for that, as he still gets the beat in the demo. Kaysen's shot gets saved. Sprinkle now looking for the shot himself. Itrot's able to make the save, and now DJD with 0 boost, able to get a good 50. That ball bouncing, and Arc B-Ball unfortunately double touches it, but Kaysen's still able to put a good shot on target, and this is what Distortion's so good at. They just have so much pressure. They're still putting on these shots. They're not the most high-quality shots, but if you make a mistake, they will punish you for it. A good beat there from Kaysen. Trots able to get a nice touch, though. Able to get a follow-up. Arc B-Ball barely able to get a touch on that one. Dalen with a good 50. DJD with a nice pass mid. Arc's touch beautifully past the Galaxy player, so no shot can come through. Sprinkle with 0 boost, still able to get that ball cleared, and DJD taking his time, looking for a pass over to Dalen. Dalen popping it back to DJD. DJD looking for the pass down to Dalen. The passes are there. Trust, you have the follow, guiding his time, but the shot just couldn't come through. Too many Distortion defenders in the way, but I'm like what I'm seeing out of Galaxy. They're taking their time, they're trying to find each other once again, and this is how they were winning in that first game, and honestly competing really well in that second game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great pass on play. I was really hoping they were going to be able to get through that Distortion defense, but Distortion held strong. They didn't really panic. They've been making great clears and kind of diffusing this Galaxy pressure very quickly. We haven't seen Galaxy really lock them into their half for very long. They've had great cuts in the midfield. Arc B-Ball looking for a 1v1 opportunity bash Trots, but the follow is not going to be able to be a shot. But Galaxy looking a lot cleaner. They're not making any really glaring mistakes until, you know, it obviously happens. That's kind of how that works. But Galaxy playing cleaner. They're playing more cohesive. They're looking better. I mean, it's the sole reason that it's 0-0 right now. Distortion have had a couple good opportunities, and because Galaxy is playing better and they're not as panicky, they are much better off, especially on the defensive side of the ball, as we see that they've already had to have 4 saves, but they've seemed pretty easy so far.
Yeah, and still, you know, 3 saves on the side of the Distortion, so they're still putting up good offense as well. As a huge shot comes out, Arc B-Ball racing back, able to make the save to his own corner, but this could be an opportunity. DDD's touch, not what he was really looking for, as Kaysen is going to have a clear off of Dalen's touch there. Trots off the sidewall. Going to be a Sprinkle winning that challenge out on Dalen. DJD in the corner. Arc B-Ball wins that 50. Kaysen gets a beat on 1. Kaysen maybe looking for the awkward angle, but Dalen had that good challenge. Sprinkle trying to continue the pressure here. Not a lot of booster work with. Going to leave it for Kaysen towards the corner. Itrot's going to be there. Gets demoed, but does get the 50 before his passing. Now Dalen. Not going to touch as Arc B-Ball hangs that one off the back wall. Kaysen off the corner. Dalen going to be there to get that ball instead of Sprinkle. But now Sprinkle has control. Sprinkle looking for the pass to Arc. Arc going to get saved. His shot saved away. DJD now looking for the counter. DJD going straight towards the ground, though. Kaysen had that bluff red all the way through. Arc B-Ball off the corner. Arc B-Ball not going to get the follow-up touch. Itrox with the long clear. DJD and Sprinkle 1v1. The Sprinkle dunk does not come through. Dalen popping that ball up high for Itrox, but it's going to be Kaysen getting that ball clear. Arc B-Ball is going to be there. Arc B-Ball did not get there before Trots had the 50. Trots now, Dalen now. Maybe looking for a pass, but an instant challenge for Arc B-Ball. Itrox a little awkward, has to clear that one towards his own corner. Able to get the double, preventing a free, easy shot. DJG with a nice pop out. Itrox with a nice touch. Kaysen not backflipping that time. Able to make the save. A huge demo from Sprinkle, but it does throw his touch off just a little bit. DJD now off the backboard. Arc B-Ball, though, able to make the save, and a 0-0 overtime looks probable. Itrox has to make the save, and he does. Able to make the clear as well. Kaysen's touch really bad for Distortion here. Galaxy looking for the pass mid. Oh, and it gets cut off. Itrox maybe keeping this ball alive. Dalen sends it to the ground, says no, we're going to overtime. This is where we can win this game 4. Send it to game 5. It's forbidden simple. Anything can happen, including a kickoff goal. Arc B-Ball, it's gonna be him! Sending his team towards the grave floors here, making them the 8th seed. The 10th seed does it once again. Arc B-Ball. What a play, what a player, what a story, and what a goal here to finish off our play in tournament.
Yeah, and it's almost fitting that every single 10 seed was able to win and get into the playoffs. They now Distortion now becomes the 8th seed, as they are going to take on that juggernaut of Gravelords. I mean, we'll see what happens. Obviously, Distortion played pretty well, but you know, it's a different beast. It's a different tier of team that you're going to go up against in the regular playoffs. you're not necessarily as close seating wise as your other counterparts. And you know, I really wish them luck. I really wish I could say that I think they're gonna take it, but I don't think they're gonna take it.
Yeah, no, specifically Grey Force. They are 18-0. They are undefeated. However, you know, this distortion team I think is really talented. Shout out Arc Beatball. That's my goat. I'm so glad he made playoffs. I'm really happy that he was able to make it. And I think Galaxy, they put up their best effort. And honestly, you know, they are a team that you just never knew what to expect out of them, right? And so that's what just made them so dangerous. But in the end, honestly, some veterans like Sprinkle and Kaysen just kind of showing up, and Arc B-Ball able to put the game or the series winner away is just what you love to see. And once again, just absolutely great games here from the play-in tournament. But guys, this is just the start of the postseason here. We have the playoffs coming up next, and that is going to start Monday next week. So stick around, come back, stay tuned, all of the above, because we have so much left in store. Shout out to our premium subscribers, and as well shout out to Jax, as I saw he gifted 5 subs earlier, and shout out to Rockerman for gifting 10 subs as well. Thank you guys so much for the support. Everyone, stay tuned for the playoffs as we get I mean, you've got your playoff game, I got my playoff game next week. Like, everything is going down next week, Ventus, and I'm ready for it, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an absolute blast. I think that everybody's super pumped and anticipating for it. You're going to have so many more upsets, so many more great games. I mean, we saw 2 overtimes in this one, and it didn't even go to game 5. Like, that is, I mean, amazing. It's such close series between these teams. It's really going to differentiate who's the best out of the entire leagues. You know, you have the 1 seeds, you could have the 10 seed of like Motion coming in and upsetting. You really don't know what to expect, and I think that's part of the fun of it. I think getting to watch as a community, and obviously, you know, getting to watch the casters cast and put on an absolute show for you guys is probably pretty fun too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's going to do it for us here. And so thank you guys so much for sticking around. But we will see you guys next Monday starting at, I don't even know what time. I believe 7. See you guys then. Deuces.
When I'm thinking of her, I'm colored outside the lines. Every shade of blue through my room, right before her eyes. Can't you see I'm bleeding? You see it in black and white. Anybody tell me just why?